Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Smith here, the Amputee Cyclist, out here riding with the RAT riders. I'm just watching Peter Rajani of the Czech or Slovakia ride off. And so today's ride is, for me, it's going to be about 70 miles, but the RAT is called it's the Ride Across Texas. It's a ride that a private group, a club, Spinistry, puts on every year. And so it's 2024, and they're doing this 1,000-mile ride across Texas. And I just got bear sprayed. I got attacked by a dog, and I bear sprayed it, and that wind blew it back in my face. So I got the active ingredient essentially in pepper spray in my eyes, and so I'm kind of dealing with that too right now. But I want y'all to join me, give y'all the opportunity to join me for with 3 of these riders. I was able to meet up with 3 riders today on the RAT, Ride Across Texas, 1,000-mile race that starts in Texarkana, ends in Tucumcari, New Mexico, comes through North Texas and Gainesville. I live in North Central Texas, and it's all on gravel roads. And it's a really amazing race that I've joined these riders, some of them, as they come through town. I've ridden with them at least 2 other years besides this year, just for small sections of their race, just to talk to them, keep them company, and see how their ride's doing and encourage them, because it's a really amazing feat, you know, over the course of a week or 2 to ride and just get up every day and ride. They're going like 130, 40 miles, 150 miles. Some of them are going up to 180, maybe 200 miles a day. And so it's just an amazing feat, multi-day feat. And it's a beautiful, beautiful part of Texas that most people never get to see, especially further west. So anyway, come join me. Let's talk to some of them. Let's just see who we meet up with. Peter, who I just rode with last, I've ridden with him in years past. These other 2 individuals, I just met them for the first time, and I'm really impressed with their work ethic and how they're doing. And so I wish them the best. I hope they're able to finish, but if not, you know, I hope they have they know when to throw in the towel and train again for next year. So, all right, without further ado, let's go. Let's join them on the RAT1000 2024. Howdy.
Huh?
Said howdy, I'm Aaron Smith. You mind if I ride with you for a bit?
I would love for you to ride with me for a bit. When did you get it? Wait a minute.
What?
I've seen your videos.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
I think there's an Aaron behind me.
Do you want to be on my YouTube channel? Because
my
GoPro's always running.
Oh, that's funny.
But
okay.
It's for security, but I make YouTube videos too. So.
Did you just come from that direction?
No. Oh. I just left home in Gainesville and decided to just do my today's ride on the RAT route, because I know y'all come through every year about this time. How's your bike holding up and how?
My bike is amazing.
That's great. You're holding up okay?
I say it's yes.
You've gone a long way, so
yeah,
you've been able to fight off the dogs?
Yeah. So
okay.
The reason I asked if you had come from the other direction is my Garmin was giving me lots of dog hazards. And I was like, there has to be somebody that rides out here a lot or has just ridden by that posts the hazards.
There are dog hazards. So what, like back there or right here, like the next few miles? Is that what you're talking about? Or?
Oh, it was behind me, but they won't come up now.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah, I didn't run into any dogs between here, you know, that were out at least.
Yeah.
So last week I rode through and there was a big pit bull that rushed up on me, but I sprayed him. And so he's not going to come out again. That's fresh on his mind.
Right. Well, hi, I'm Tiffany.
Tiffany, nice to meet you. I'm Aaron Smith. I just saw, I followed David Walker, and he posted a Spotwalla dot tracking party, and I just saw TW as your initial. So I was gonna just meet up with whoever's here and ride a little bit, and then turn around and meet up with the next person. Then I want to ultimately ride with Peter Rajani a little bit. So.
How many times have you ridden with Peter?
Oh, he's done twice when he's done the RAT.
Okay.
And several times in other events, but you know, I don't ever do the same. It's not usually when they're doing this. I'm not doing the same event. I know the event's going on, so I'm riding, and decide to just cross paths, because I'm not going to go all the way across Texas, as fun as that might be. I'm sure it's very challenging. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But you're still going. Well, you got a pretty good pace going, and I think you got a little bit of a tailwind. So Well, right now it's a headwind, but I thought it was a tailwind as I was coming out of Gainesville.
So I've had a tailwind. Oh my God, squirrel. The last 2 days. Most of today's been a tailwind.
Yeah.
I think I should have a general tailwind through at least halfway through tomorrow, I think. But it's been a minute since I looked. Oh, that's pretty. What is that?
What exact? Like the bill? I guess it's some kind of. Well, I don't know. I haven't been this way in a while. It's kind of new. They put.
I mean, those are fresh.
Yeah, watch out for those potholes.
Yeah.
You know that. I've got a suspension seat post, so that'll help your butt not hurt so bad having a suspension seat post.
You know, I tell myself that, and I never do it. But
Okay. Well, I figure you're pretty experienced if you're taking on this.
or dumb.
Or maybe not experienced with the roads this rough. I don't know.
Honestly, the roads have been much nicer than at home.
Okay.
So, which is a terrifying thought.
Where is home?
I am from the greater Houston area.
Okay.
But I'm from Conroe.
All right.
Yeah.
Familiar with that.
Okay. But a lot of roads in the Huntsville State, well, not Huntsville, Sam Houston State Forest.
Okay.
That's where most of our gravel is.
All right. My guess is maybe there's mountain bike trails there.
There
Right
are
on.
mountain bike trails, but
Oh, you stick to the gravel. Okay.
I flirt with mountain biking.
Well, it kind of is mountain biking to me. This gravel can get pretty rough. You never know when it will become mountain biking.
I was gonna say my skill set's improved with mountain biking.
Great. Well, I attempt the most challenging one I've done the Mid-South, and I did the dirt. Well, I guess the Unbound 200.
Okay.
But I didn't make it all the way. It was a muddy year.
So is it?
And I did 154 miles though, but I got stuck in the mud at mile 120 and just had to walk so far that couldn't
You're
keep.
supposed to be riding your bike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was a big mud fest. So
Yeah.
I was running behind, but
I can assume the attrition rate would be really high.
yeah, it was. But you know, David Walker, I was following him, and he had a crash yesterday, or well, the night before last.
Is
So
he the one that pulled out?
yeah, he made it 175 miles, and I've ridden it with him quite a bit. He has that dog Baloo.
Yes, that he has the long haul trucker.
Yeah, he bought Baloo from me. I own Baloo's mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bella, and so I keep up with him and Baloo real closely because I have an interest in Baloo, and I'm just impressed with David. So, but yeah, he made it 175 miles, but from what he wrote, he hit some really loose gravel and just went down and hurt his knee, cut up his knee and his hand.
I came through like way after him on that one, the next day.
Okay, so it's a specifically dangerous section.
Well, so I at the time didn't know. I had to check the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that he had gone down there. And where I think it was, I had to dance with the devil on that gravel.
Oh my, so you came close to biting the dust too there.
Well, I flowed a little bit better, fortunately. But I think I saw where he went down.
Oh, okay.
The gravel was so deep that you could see like the tire, like sideways skirt and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah. It left the impression. All right, well.
Yeah, it left an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these gravel roads, they don't get traveled enough. So, I mean, people who come by the next day will see your tire tracks for sure.
The thing. So, like, I followed a lot of tire tracks the first 2 days.
Yeah.
I think there's one person that started out earliest ahead of me right now.
Yeah, that's Rich Walter Schmidt.
Yeah.
And I did the Harder Than Hell 100 in Dumas, Texas. It's a bicycle ride. I did that with him like 2 weeks ago. So.
Dang, I had a buddy, Russell, that went and did the Harder Than Hell.
Well, not the harder. This is where you turn. This is where you turn. Yeah, sorry. This is where you turn. It's there's the Hotter Than Hell and the Harder Than Hell.
Which one's which?
Well, the Hotter Than Hell is in Wichita Falls.
Okay.
And the Harder Than Hell is in Dumas, Texas, which is north of Amarillo.
Oh, my mistake. Okay.
Well, it's a much smaller race. It's much smaller. It's for their local YMCA, and it's got about 200, well, maybe 600. I don't know how many participants, but it's not nearly as big as the Hotter Than Hell in Wichita Falls.
It's huge. So.
Yeah, it's been going on 40-something years, whereas the other one's been going on 6 years. So this is a dangerous place to cross. So we'll be careful here. Got some.
You know what? It did want me to go straight.
Oh, it did?
That's okay.
I'm sorry, the route that he posted and the route that I've gone with them before it crossed right here, but
Well, it won't hurt.
are you sure? I don't want you to lose credit for your rat. Okay, all right. Okay. You what?
Yeah, let's turn around then.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but where I am, all right.
I'm just saying this is what they did in previous years, and this is what David Walker posted.
I guess it's Florida County.
What?
I may have made a revision to my map for food or something. I don't know. Or I messed it up.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, look. Yeah.
I can go back and look at what they're doing.
It's okay. It just goes up a little bit and then goes across.
Yeah, it will go across.
It wasn't any shorter distance.
Okay, well,
For sure.
all right, I'm gonna follow you. I'm just telling you what it's been like in the past. What?
At this point, I'll follow whatever's in front of me. Whew.
All right, well, I don't know. Kevin Lee, I don't know what he's got planned, but I didn't really watch Rich Waltersmith's exact
Oh yeah, I didn't.
track.
It's much nicer going down that thing.
So you have a map that you're following?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay, and
Yeah.
this you go, okay.
So we're gonna take
All right.
left.
Okay.
Ooh, ramen. That's a road find. So do you ever do road finds?
Ever what?
A road find. Like you see something really cool in the road.
Yeah, I just found a road find.
What'd
I'll
you
show
do?
you. You might need this. Would you like this?
I don't, but that's a good looking one. It's not even bent.
Yeah, you might. I mean, the odds of you needing it, you probably planned out what tools you might need, but
Yeah.
I found that just a little while ago. Why? Did you have a recent road find?
Well, I haven't, well, that ramen looks good, but.
The what?
That ramen looks good.
Oh, ramen noodles back there? Okay.
No. So, was it yesterday or the day before? I saw a Craftsman hand stapler in the middle of the road.
Huh.
And it was really nice.
Yeah.
And I am really glad it was the first day of the race, because if it was the 6th or 7th day, I would be coming home with a staple gun.
Yeah,
Like,
staple gun. All right.
Straight.
Okay, all right.
But it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've passed up a few road finds myself. Sometimes they're boxes or, things on the ground. I think I ought to have a closer look at that and see what's in it. So, but I just usually don't, but I should. But I found some hearing protection not long ago. It was a really good set of earmuffs that are, good for real high quality. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. High quality hearing protection.
Yeah, that's a good fun.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we would have taken that other path, we would have ended right up here at this next road and come out right
I figured it
there.
wasn't gonna hurt it, but.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but it was, I think the year before last, I met up with Peter and then turned around and met up with Matt Golston, then turned around and met up with another guy who ultimately won that year. But I went that route, all three, I'm back and forth, because I was riding with one and then I turned around and met up with the next. And,
well, I'm taking you on a different route today, apparently.
yeah, it's fine with your...
Matt Golston, I think he also had to drop out.
Okay, yeah.
I think I saw that last night.
Okay, well, we're Facebook friends, but I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But
I could be making that up.
no, he's not on. I was looking for him on the map today, and I didn't see his beacon.
Okay.
that's the road.
I think I've hit the state of like, I'm not sure anymore, so just stick with what I know.
Okay.
Already. I feel like it's a little soon for that, but...
So you are feeling fatigued?
Oh no, I think my brain's just always...
Well, so far have you encountered mean dogs, or you just haven't?
Yes, I have. I was a couple inches from a good nipping last night.
Okay, it was in the dark, or?
Yeah, it was dark.
Right.
It was outside of Colbert,
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, that one was rough. I didn't like that very much.
Had you just gone across that Carpenter's Bluff Bridge?
Is that where the dam is?
Yeah, I think, well, no, it's an old metal bridge that I think y'all would have gone across. Did you go over an old metal bridge over the Red River?
It was so pretty.
Yeah, with graffiti all over it.
It was really, really neat.
So that's how you got into Oklahoma, and then you ended up by Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert actually ended up being at the end of me coming.
Okay. All right.
A big loop around to it.
Okay. So those Oklahoma dogs almost got you.
Yeah, one of those Oklahoma dogs, which was annoying because the owner was in the process of getting in their car, and I saw their car, and so I was like, okay, maybe I'll be okay. Busy road, everything. Owner drives by. Oh, I heard you screaming. Did that dog bite you? As I'm on the side of the road checking my tire and everything.
Oh.
And I was like, I know it's you.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't come out to call their dog off when they heard you screaming.
Yeah,
okay.
no big deal.
Well.
No big deal.
Yeah, glad you didn't get bitten. I followed it in previous years, and people have gotten bitten and had to quit the race because of dog bites. So.
Yeah, I put in too much work for that. And
yeah,
so
yeah, it's a.
I've been.
Good. So
yeah,
you're not gonna let that happen.
All right, we're gonna have to take this real slow.
Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah, when you have so much gear and you've got panniers, that makes it hard to go at the same speed when you're not weighed down at all.
So the weight push kind of in the back it's challenging.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, those are small panniers you've got
They
there.
are. So they're 11 liters each.
Yeah.
I didn't really need it. Originally I thought I was gonna include camping and stuff. Oop.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second.
Yep.
I have a safety check phone call coming in.
Good.
Hello, can I call you back? I'm out riding with my new best friend, so. Oh, I have a new riding partner, but it is not the same person on the tracker. Yeah, I'll tell you about it later. He's not random. He intentionally found me.
That's worse.
Adam, right? Adam?
Aaron.
Adam's the guy behind me. Sorry, I told you, remember the brain thing?
Sorry.
Aaron. So Aaron actually, I seen him on the RAT discussion page. He actually posts videos and stuff. Crazy enough, he's a one-legged cyclist.
1.5.
1.5, pardon. I stand corrected, 1.5. Yeah. I don't know what your excuse is, but... And he's kicking my ass up this hill.
Now I got my little advantage here.
Oh, stop it. All right, bye, babe. Oh, that is hilarious.
Yes.
And I'm kind of jealous. Holy shit. All right. So, 1.5 legs.
Yeah, you might need to try this sometime. The reason I started doing it is because I didn't want to fall over, you know, because this knee is a gate hinge and the foot is tethered to the pedal, so when I stop I'll just fall over if I lose balance. So I put this down and I don't topple over, but I can fight the dogs off with it.
Yeah, well,
and then
when you were approaching, I thought that's what it was for originally, and then I realized it was actually utility.
The main thing is utility, and it does help for going up hills too. I discovered that was the third thing I discovered that was useful about it. So
that was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
kind of jealous, frankly.
Yeah, well, once I started doing gravel, it didn't take long to figure out the hills were steeper on gravel roads. So I started using it during the Grava de Fuego, the hotter than hell 100. That night I did a 68-mile ride on gravel, and it was dark and I was worn out, and I started using
a road runner.
Yeah, there goes a road runner.
That's my one of the last 3 days.
Really?
It is.
Well, you'll see more of them, I think.
Excellent.
You're just going to get into more wild territory as you progress. This is everything west of 35 is, I think, much less populated. So and we got some big dogs here, but they're penned up.
Okay.
So you should be fine. But it's a pit bull and a German Shepherd.
Hi, babies. You a good boy or girl?
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's always, or girls. He always stays in the. Sometimes he gets. He's.
You're a good baby.
Even when he gets out, he just stops at the end of the driveway. So
Aww.
he's a good one.
Good babies. I know. All right, straight it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think you have any hills for a while.
Oh,
That's a tough one.
Don't
Sort
lie
of.
to me. I was right before.
You had just done a tough one right
I
before.
did.
You were just recovering, and then you probably saw me, and you're like, oh.
I was
But
so
you were
excited. I actually was eating an egg and cheese biscuit from McDonald's.
Yeah. An egg and cheese.
So good.
Okay, so you went to Whitesboro and got that?
I did.
Okay.
I realized what time it was, and I was like, I am just in time for breakfast. Like, I kind of need to make that happen.
Yeah, you needed that breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fast food places in Gainesville.
Okay.
I think Peter last year, or the last time I met up with him, he stopped at Taco Bell.
Nice.
But there's plenty of other choices, like another McDonald's, there's a Brahms.
Yeah. Okay.
Taco Bell, you probably don't want to risk it on Taco
I had
Casa.
Taco Bell last night, I won't lie.
Okay, there's Taco Casa and Taco Bell,
Okay.
but you may not want to risk it at a gas station. You know,
So I don't eat meat.
okay,
So
none at all?
Nope.
All right.
No, I've been a vegetarian for about 5 years now.
So not vegan, but
No,
vegetarian.
yeah, I like cheese and eggs.
Okay, you
And milk.
Okay. I'm lactose intolerant, but I drink milk anyway.
Yeah,
Just
we won't talk about it.
not too much. But
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Like, there's no shame.
all right.
Ice cream tastes too good.
Yeah, all right.
But, yeah, no.
Well, I mean, if that works for you and it makes you feel good, then
It actually,
it work.
was actually so funny. My gut health got a lot better.
okay. Well, I think as human beings, we kind of evolved as more plant eaters than meat eaters.
Yeah. Hi, puppy, on the patio. Hi, baby.
Oh yeah, good eyes. You never know when they'll come charging out.
That's the problem. You can hear it once you can prepare for it, but if you don't hear them.
Yeah. But usually when it's two cyclists, they're more intimidated. Like when I ride, David came over here for this one ride, David Walker,
Yeah.
who's in this race, but about a year ago, he brought his dog, Baloo, on this little trailer. Maybe it was 2 years ago, but
Okay.
I was like, I gotta ride with you because there's all these dogs that I'm afraid are gonna come out and attack your dog, you know,
Hi, puppy.
and he can't get out.
Yeah.
But when I rode with him, the three of us were so intimidating to all the dogs that normally would come out
Yeah.
that they just stayed on the porch. So that was great.
That is really great. No, not gonna
really-
lie, this is nice. I like my near Gainesville tour guide moment right now.
Great.
Yeah.
I love it too because, you know, I usually ride by myself. Oh, that's pretty rough back.
Got it, yeah.
Good.
I just had to catch my air horn.
Yeah, I've got one of those. You got the same kind I've got, air horn.
Do.
Okay.
Mine's running really low.
Yeah, so is mine.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, I carry that. I carry bear spray too. I've got
Okay,
this
what
bear
bear
spray.
spray do you carry?
Let's see what it's called.
Oh, you use a whole bear can. That's
Frontiersman,
Okay.
bear deterrent, bear attack deterrent.
You use a big bear can. Okay.
And I used this on the pit bull that's right up here on this next road
Okay.
about a week ago. When I rode with, like 2 years ago with Peter,
Yeah.
that thing came out and I made a YouTube video out of that attack that's got like 10,000 views already.
Oh.
But I used the air horn on him.
Yeah.
But you know, he gets desensitized by the air horn. So
Make you forget.
yeah, and so a week ago I rode past him and he just came charging up, and I pulled out the bear spray and just gave him a little psh,
Yeah.
and boy, I got him good, and I don't think he's going to come after a cyclist again.
Well, that's good. Doing the work. I saw another road runner.
Oh, you did just now? Okay. Yeah, this is really, you know, one of my favorite parts about riding on the gravel is all the wildlife you see. Now, how early did you get started this morning?
I started at about, I think, 6:45 today.
Okay. And you went through pretty close to Hagerman Wildlife Refuge, I think.
I was. So I went through it. It was light out, but I didn't see anything.
Didn't see any deer or anything?
No, and
Okay.
I had a lot to see. The traffic was a little high given.
Yeah, y'all didn't really go through the refuge. Y'all kind of went to the south of it.
I think we turned off 1 mile before the actual, like...
Yeah, there's some nice gravel in that refuge too. Good gravel roads, but the wildlife is not, I mean, it's pretty thick for Grayson County, but not for Cook County. I think there's more wildlife here and in Montague County, but that's mainly just for migratory waterfowl anyway, so you wouldn't see them right now. I've
seen a lot of geese, actually.
On this ride so far?
Yeah, today,
okay.
actually.
Well, I would think you would see them at Hagerman Wildlife Refuge, but you'll go this way. So did you see wild geese or domesticated geese?
You know, I'm not really sure. So the part that made me, I saw some domesticated geese, mostly because they were in the backyard.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Or it's just they stop there every year, right?
Yeah.
And the ones I think were actually wild. It was a huge lot. Like slightly shaded where it was.
Yeah. Let me get on your right side, because this is where the pit bull comes rushing out. So I'll blast him if he does. I don't think he will, but he's pretty sneaky. He hides behind those embankments and he just comes charging out. But they were wild ones?
Yeah, I think the last set I saw were wild.
How many?
I feel pretty confident about that, but...
Like Canada geese? Canadian geese?
I'm not sure. Geese? The generic geese?
Yeah, I like wildlife, so.
Okay.
The Canadian geese have long black necks with white cheeks.
Okay, I could not tell you for sure if that was the case.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't do that with confidence.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah. Well, the deer and the wild pigs, you really don't see them except in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you might see some, but
at
they're
dusk.
really thick in the morning and at dusk.
So,
and turkeys.
I was day one.
Okay, you're gonna turn right here, so I'm gonna get behind you so there's more space to that car.
First night, it was, I was on the neck, and the end of that route, my day one, it was like 25 miles of being on the Northeast Texas Trail, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was, but I just explained it to Net.
Yeah, so the Northeast Texas Trail, it's beautiful work in progress. Essentially, that's no motorized vehicles. It's old rail trail.
Old Katy Trail, right? Or just a rail trail.
Like that,
Katy is a railroad, but it's a rail trail. All right. Okay. There.
But yeah, so it's a straight shot for quite a while, and it's a canopy of trees. So if it's hot outside, oh my gosh, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It was beautiful, but it was quite isolating.
Yeah, it has been hot for you so far, right? I mean, this weather has been hotter than in previous years that I've
in all
chimed
of my
in.
prepping, I got a bunch of like cold weather stuff, and I don't need any of it.
Okay.
But on this, so the moon, just a sliver of a fingernail, right?
Yeah, little crescent
and
moon.
The sun went down, and it's dark. Like, trees covering everything overhead, all of it.
And you had lights?
I did.
Good. Do you put a light up on your headlamp?
I do, that's
okay.
the thing right here.
All right.
I used the exposure joystick.
Okay.
It's pretty legit.
All right.
But when it got dark, immediately, not a couple minutes later, a family of hogs
Came out
in the middle of the trail. And I come to a screeching stop, right? I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah, they're like right there in front of you, huh?
Yeah, this decision about like how to handle it, wait it out, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Dogs are so
They can be dangerous.
aggressive, confused, dumb, like.
Yeah, if they have babies, they'll may even attack.
They were all very different sizes. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
And of course I'm by myself. I haven't ever been on this road before or whatever.
Yeah, so how many do you think there were? I mean, I've come up on as many as 200 before.
Oh, I've seen that, but no, it wasn't like that.
Okay. But they stopped.
They stopped and they were like rustling through the trail and everything.
Yeah.
I'm busy making my decision. And a family of deer come running across the net. Like from the other side of the...
You mean like you're stopped here watching these hogs and then the deer come running out too?
The deer come running out.
Between you and the hogs, or like behind you? Or?
Behind the hogs.
Oh, okay.
It scared the hogs.
Oh, that's great.
I was so glad. I was like, nature.
Yeah.
Thank you, herbivores.
You didn't have to scare them off.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
didn't have to try to figure out how to do that. I was like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, those hogs, they can be carnivores. They're omnivores. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but the herbivore won that day.
Yeah, that's
Me
great.
and the deer.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't have to use your horn.
Yeah.
Or any other.
So I thought about that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, what if they actually do try
Yeah, what
to
if it agitates them?
Yeah. Because that's completely out of my scope. And of course, there's hogs everywhere. I do night rides fairly regularly. Like,
Okay, so, but they're around Houston, the Houston area too.
oh, yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
Gone left.
Yeah.
And so I should have known, right? But
Well, I mean, you never know what kind of situation you'll run into with the hogs.
Yeah.
I've, come up on them like that, but one time I came up on a group of 200 and I didn't realize there were that many at first.
Yeah.
But there were babies in the road, and then they started getting caught up in the briars, and they started squealing, and then I realized there were pigs on both sides of the road that were mad at me because the babies were squealing.
yeah, that's
And
terrifying.
so that was pretty terrifying, but I was ready for the situation because I'm just pretty much ready for that kind of stuff. But there were about 10 of them that rushed towards me, and about 2 or 3 in the middle. And the middle one came, if I had to deter him from advancing at me, but it was an attack because the babies, the babies scared him and made him think that I was trying to hurt the babies.
Yeah, at that point though, you could have done nothing right. Like, besides just like, okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, with those, it doesn't matter if you hurt them. No owner, like if a dog, if you have to hurt a dog, the owner's gonna get upset. But if you have to hurt a wild pig, they don't have owners, and everybody will understand.
Right.
So, but anyway.
I won't understand.
Yeah, well, everybody wants you to hurt the wild pig. People ask me, why don't you just shoot all these wild pigs, that you come up on in the middle of nowhere? And I'm like, well, if they're not attacking me, I'm not gonna do that. But the people who live in the areas want me to do that because they're tearing up their fields and eating their deer feeder.
They're very evasive. I
Yeah.
mean, the amount of the piglets and all of it is just a lot.
They don't have natural predators,
Yeah.
and they reproduce very quickly.
So what we should really do is reintroduce the dinosaur.
I'm working on that right now.
Yeah?
Since you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I've got,
to take care of the hog population.
it may get kind of loose down here past this road. So be careful. But yeah, alligators, they would eat the wild hogs.
They would.
And crocodiles.
Yeah, but that's not native to Texas. So alligators.
Oh, I lost one of my water bottles. I'll catch up with you.
I'll slow roll.
Yeah. Glad the hogs didn't gore you. On a bicycle, they're just not as intimidated as they would be if someone in a vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is all new. You would have had, you know, brush on this side of the road last year, but
What are they doing? A community or?
yeah, a big housing development.
Interesting.
But you're about to get off of gravel for a while,
Okay.
and then the route goes right through the middle of town, past the courthouse, and then there's pavement until you get, I guess, past Lindsay, really.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I know that sounds silly to think like, that sounds nice. Because, you know, you come out here to ride gravel.
Yeah, but
man,
after a while,
it's nice to break it up. And,
yeah, you'll get plenty more gravel.
I think I've seen every type of gravel at this point over the last 2 days.
You seen red dirt, sand? You haven't
Yeah.
seen, if you keep, you have seen red dirt, okay.
I very little.
Okay.
But just enough to make it kind of count.
Yeah. Well, my guess,
But I know I'll see some later this week anyway.
yeah. So, any sand so far?
There was a very small section of sand.
Okay.
And it was enough to count.
All right.
More than the red dirt.
You got somebody on a four-wheel. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not. So that gravel where David fell, that was probably pretty loose.
Kind
of like sand.
If it is where I think it is, it was literally like, you know when you go to like Walmart or Lowe's, Home and Garden store, and you pick up that bag of
Yeah.
like
Real fine gravel.
river rocks, and they're like brown, soft, and pretty looking.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
it was like that for miles.
Oh, okay.
And it was all loose.
Yeah.
Because it won't compact out with shape.
All right.
And like it was not gonna. It's like, I don't know who thought that gravel was a good idea.
Yeah.
They clearly hate everybody.
Well, because it's so dry, it's gonna be like that in Clay County when you get past Nocone or Henrietta.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of it. It's gonna be real washboarded in that county.
Cool. That's the last half of part of my ride today.
Okay.
Great, man.
Yeah, I think that this route, you know, I've never done this route further west than Nocona,
Okay.
but I think it goes on part of the Wichita Falls Hotter Than Hell gravel route. I think it does that. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just really nice people out that way. The further you go west, the nicer the people, the scarcer, but the nicer the people become.
You know, I won't lie. This has been some of the nicest, like, riding with people in cars
Well, good.
I've had in a long time. Like
Great. Well, I hope you feel that way after you've made it through Gainesville.
Not terrifying to think about, but like for real, it's just like across the board, like.
Yeah. Well.
I feel like at home, like if a car sees you coming, they're just gonna go that much faster to get that dust in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a car that hasn't actually slowed down or stopped.
That's awesome.
Like I don't know if I just got lucky.
Maybe, because sometimes they do that, but I had the same experience on the way to meet up with you. This man, you know, he slowed down and he rolled his window down, and I was like, oh my, he's gonna be mad at me about something. So I started talking to him, and he's like, oh, I stopped because I didn't want to kick up dust. I know I'm kicking up dust, so that's the only reason I slowed down.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, thanks so much. It's really considerate, but that's very
like that's a consideration
nice. You just no one usually does that.
You just don't expect it.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm glad that's happening for you.
But it's been, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, right? But
yeah.
Cool. It's been lovely.
Good. Yeah, so this intersection, we have to be careful up here where we cross Grand Avenue, because last year, or you know, the last time I rode with Peter, you know, we have a green light, he wants to just go through, well, two lanes merge, and this guy, I guess he thought Peter didn't matter because he was on a bicycle, and I was like, Peter, you got to be cautious going through here, and he just plowed through, and that guy honked at him and just muscled him over, basically almost knocked him over, just taking his lane when it was really Peter's lane. He had the right of way. Yeah, they can be. Dealing with the public. You're dealing with the public when you're on public roads.
Yeah. How dare they
Well, yeah, they think that about you. How dare the cyclists exercise?
I'm not gonna track you, but I am gonna get behind you a little bit right here.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So when I came here, I came up that road, but you're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. Okay. That's the RAT route. This is where I started on the RAT route today.
Dang, how many miles are you gonna get in today?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't bring my Camelback, so probably not as many as I normally would. Like the last year that I did it and met up with several other RAT riders, I did 70 miles.
Dang.
What are y'all doing, over 100 a day?
Yeah.
Okay, so
today I'm doing, I hope 137, I think. 130 something.
You've obviously been averaging over 100 miles a day so far.
Yeah, 137 the first day, 133 or 35 yesterday.
Yeah.
You see how closely attention I'm paying to it?
Yeah, that's amazing that your rear end is held up to that.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that one day, but 2 days in a row, maybe I could, but I have not done that so far.
I mean, at this point, it all feels the same, right? As it did yesterday. And it didn't feel good yesterday, so
Yeah.
I'll just do it again tomorrow.
All right, well, I hope you don't end up feeling like you've got a blowtorch on your butt, because
that's not the first time.
All right.
Looking good, guys. Oh, they have some solid competition is what's going on. All right.
Oh yeah, people get really into Halloween in all the little towns around here.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it's, if you go through the town, you see some pretty amazing effort. You've had a small town moment so far.
Oh, I've had a couple.
Okay.
Just getting to watch or just traveling through.
Yeah.
It's just really nice. Like, it's endearing, it's sad, it's exciting. Like,
yeah.
It makes your heartstrings cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to see in this town, and you're not going to get a chance to see like the Medal of Honor trail. That would have been really neat if he would have routed y'all through that. But yeah, every town has its unique features, but this town right now is a Medal of Honor recipient host city. And so what we do is we invite Medal of Honor recipients who've lost, well, they you know, in war, you know, like Forrest Gump, he got the Medal of Honor when he saved Lieutenant Dan and his buddies. Well, the real life versions of those people, like Lieutenant Dan has been here to Gainesville for the actor Gary Sinise has been here for this event, and several years. But what we do every year, we have a big parade, and every Medal of Honor recipient who will come. So this is where Peter had his incident here. Yeah, you got to be careful here. We might get on the sidewalk because Peter was right here and he went straight. Well, the guy in this lane almost hit him. So.
All right, I don't mind. I don't mind sidewalks.
Okay, yeah, better safe than sorry, you know.
I was on a sidewalk in Foxborough.
Okay.
As long as it would let me.
All right.
It was in the middle of a school zone for a bit. That was kind of nice. But
Yeah, Peter, he just went plowing through, and then that guy honked at him, and they almost just came together. So, all right, we can go. Let's go. Go over the sidewalk here. Yeah, they renovated this. It's real nice, huh?
I love it. Sorry guys, I'm going the wrong way. Alright.
If you want to stop and look at anything,
Yeah,
feel free to do that. I mean, there's...
right now.
What's that?
Oh, yellow.
Yeah, there's a lot to see. There's a...
Like,
but, I mean...
They've really kept so much of the old charm and everything of this town. Like,
yeah,
how did they get away with it? How did they get preserved, or did it just...
Well, a lot of it did burn, but they preserved what they could. There's, you know, it's just people that have their heart into it. You know, they want to... Some of it gets passed down from generation to generation, but...
The car's coming out.
But there's streets over there. It's called the Historic District.
Okay.
And there are lots of old houses. One of them was owned by my great uncle.
Okay.
He was the first lawyer here in Gainesville.
Definitely not the last, though.
Yeah, well, he was a Civil War veteran.
Okay.
And he enlisted in the Civil War at 14 years of age. But anyway, he ended up here, and he was the first lawyer and first county judge, and he incorporated the town.
Yeah.
So, but his house is an elevator in it. It's still there. It's like a real. He wouldn't get electricity. Like when electricity was invented,
Okay.
he wouldn't put it in his house because he thought it was too dangerous.
Well, of course. It's new and scary.
Yeah. Now, if you want to stop and get anything to eat or drink, here's your places.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
If you want to stop and get anything to eat or drink, here are your places.
I need to check my map. I need to check my notes.
So you need to check your map.
I need to check my notes and my map.
You need a power bar? I've got a power bar if you like it.
No, but thank you. Yeah.
It's a Cliff Bar. I've got a Cliff Bar.
Those are good.
Well, they're good for you. They don't taste good, but
Yeah.
they'll keep you going. They'll keep you from being hungry.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I mean, when you're really hungry, you'll eat anything. That's the right thing to get because it'll give you power for a while.
That biscuit sandwich did it for me.
Good. Yeah, so McDonald's is here.
Yeah,
We
but
passed Brahms. It's got really
see,
good.
I wasn't supposed to stop there
Okay.
in my last place, so that's why it threw me off because I was going to stop in Gainesville.
Medal of Honor Park is right there. It's a memorial to everyone who's lost, every Medal of Honor recipient in every war.
How did it end up in Gainesville, though?
You know, they just, different towns try to get different things going to get people into their towns. Like Wichita Falls, but I got the Hotter Than Hell going. And
Yeah.
some guy who was friends with the president of the Chamber of Commerce, or his wife, or something. I don't remember, but there was a Medal of Honor recipient who was friends with somebody here in this town, and they came up with the idea of trying to start that. And I don't really know all the details, but they did get it going, and they do have quite a few Medal of Honor recipients. They've had as many as 20 at a time show up, and they give a whole weekend where everyone's just really nice to the Medal of Honor recipients. And they'll you know, they plant a tree, and every time they go to the where all these trees, they call it the Medal of Honor walking trail. So all these it's like a tunnel of trees, and they plant a tree every time a new Medal of Honor recipient comes to Gainesville. They plant a tree and they put a plaque. It's planted in their name, in their honor. And so I've seen those dedications several times for different Medal of Honor recipients. Some of them are young guys, like younger than me, and who were in, I've heard their stories. You know, I was walking next to one of them who was shot and ended up shooting back and threw a grenade at the enemy, but the enemy threw a grenade at him, and then he picked up the grenade and threw it back at the enemy in Iraq, and the grenade blew his hand off while it was leaving his hand. So he was shot through both legs, and then...
I'm not gonna lie, I think I'd rather have their hands than dead, right?
They're just really heroic stories of valor in war. You know, that's how you get the Medal of Honor, is, you know, courage in battle, and saving people's lives. So anyway, that's the park, one of the little memorials in town that is dedicated to them, the Medal of Honor recipients.
Thanks for sharing that. So I have a real question. How far are you going with me?
Well, I could go back or I could go with you. It's up to you. Would you like me to ride with you, or?
I don't mind it. I just don't want to take it. I know you had plans to meet everybody.
Well, I'll meet them on the way back if I go with, like I went with Peter to where the gravel ended, north of Munster.
Okay.
Which I could do with you. If I go with you, the furthest I would go is just north of Munster, the end of the gravel road.
Okay.
Unless you don't want me to.
Oh no,
which I'd be happy to.
Danger.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, come on.
Well, yeah, I'll protect you from strangers, so you never know. But
do you need more water?
no, I'm good. I've got 3 bottles that are full. That one, and this one. So what about you? Do you need more?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have some of mine if you need. Okay. Yeah, let's go. doesn't, as long as nobody hits us from behind. That's, I ought to turn on my blinker. Oh, we can go. Yeah.
Let's see if that car's gonna. There we go.
Yes. Yeah, always a good idea to have a blinking light. Even in the day, yeah, even in the daytime, I've noticed it does catch their attention a little better. But yeah, this is the busiest intersection you'll encounter for a while right here.
I don't doubt it.
They just replaced this bridge up here, which used to be pretty dangerous, but now it's got a big sidewalk, so you can go over the sidewalk if you want, but there may be broken glass on it. I don't know. What's that? Yeah, yeah.
When there's cars, I tend to go slower.
Yeah, well.
And I'm slow anyway. Like, well, I'm pacing myself.
Yeah, those hills, you know, after you put in so many miles, I would think, I mean, for me at least, those hills can get to your knees, so.
So, it's kind of a mixed bag, right? Like, I'm a flatlander.
Yeah, well, this area is the hilliest part. And so,
I felt like I was doing nothing but climbing. And
you're gonna do more this,
today.
Yeah, between here and Henrietta.
Yeah.
Quite a few hills, especially around Nocona. Now this stretch right here of pavement is a roller coaster itself. So we're about 2 or 3 miles from just up and down hills for a while, but it's more downhill than uphill when you go this way.
I know there's a net elevation gain.
Well, only when you go in a well, when you go in a circle, it seems like that.
Right?
But yeah, it's got to be even, but. I've heard so many people say when they go in a circle, there's a net elevation gain.
You're like,
no,
wait,
it can't be.
It can't be.
You can't be when you start in the same place you finish in the same place.
That's when you pat them on the head. So.
Yep. Good math. You know, good mathematician. Yeah. So, let me get on the left side so you can be closer to the ditch.
Yeah, so my ride with GPS said that this route was going to have, I'm going to butcher the number, like 4,000 feet of climbing for the day.
Oh, today? That'll be your most.
And then my Garmin told me 6,000.
Oh.
I go, that's not the same thing.
Yeah, I
planned for 4.
Yeah, you're going to go to some places that I just haven't gone yet. Even though I live here, you know, I've watched the RAT route every year for the last few years and thought, oh, I'm going to, you know, do a day trip, go camping, go to Lake Arrowhead, and then come back.
Oh yeah.
But I know there's a lot of elevation change that you're gonna.
Yeah, but that's not even today.
And I've talked to Peter and different guys, and they said that this is the area where there's the most elevation change.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate you lying to me.
Well, you're making it through it. I mean, this is. So this way, after you feel, you know, exhausted at the end of the day, you'll know you've done the hardest part is behind you.
Every day. Every day. Well, it's kind of like this, like most of this thing right now, for these back-to-back rides or long rides or whatever, you spend yourself saying like, all right, I've accomplished this, right? Like, negative talk is just, it's part of it.
Yeah.
It exists. But like, if you can like, anything that's not feeling negative at the moment, like, and you can make it a really good positive, right?
Yeah,
like,
if you could just push through, then you can reach that zone where there is no pain.
Yeah, and you will.
Forward progress.
Eventually. Like, it's there somewhere. Just like the good stuff passes, the bad stuff passes. But like, so I've done what was it? By when I woke up, I had already gotten 1/4 of the way done of this race.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've already done 1/4 of it. What's the rest gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't think about the actual fact that that's, you know, 3 more sets of whatever it is. But
Well, this is your first attempt. Just, you know, do your best, and then if it works out, that's great. If it partially works out, that's great too. So.
Oh no, it's gonna work out.
Yeah, well.
I may not be the same after. I may not be able to ride my bike. My butt may be completely destroyed.
You will forget the pain though, and next year you'll be back.
Yeah, right? Now I'm going on a real vacation.
I would love to be able to go all the way, you know, out to West Texas, you know, through the Kiwana and all those places y'all are gonna go through.
It's quite intimidating, but good spot, cows. Great job.
Oh yeah, they know where the shade is, don't they?
They look at us like we're dumb.
I doubt that goes through their head.
Me preserving.
Yep.
Seeing me preserve makes me feel like I'm preserving too slow. So you just need to slow down.
Yeah, yeah. I preserved the one knee I've got with this trekking, with this trekking pole going up these hills.
Car back.
Yep. So yeah, this is where the roller coasters begin.
Yeah, this is where you find out that she can go 4 miles an hour up a hill.
That's great.
Yeah.
It means I can keep up with you, because really a lot of these guys that I just can't keep up with them. So I tried, but usually I can, because they're going 1,000 miles. That's one of the things I love about it. Like where I live here, all the other cyclists go faster than me. But when y'all come through, I can keep up because y'all are so exhausted. You're going 1,000 miles.
You're taking advantage of me.
You're not the only one though. You're not alone. So.
True. I will say that is a big proponent of it. It's just for doing stuff like this, you have to manage your power, you have to manage your heart rate, you have to practice riding your bike multiple days in a row. Like, I mean, you don't technically have to do any of that.
You've been doing that though, right?
And I have been doing that.
Good, but you weren't able to get in the hills, you think?
I did
where you live.
I did what I could.
Yeah, you did your best.
So I actually, I have a full-time job, but I also work at a bike shop.
Okay.
As much as I can on the weekends, but.
You mean a full-time job in addition to working at a bike shop?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
Plus trying to put in, what, 200 miles a week.
Okay, so you've got a schedule you're on, and you've got to get back to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, like, I had to sacrifice a lot to be able to take the time to do this.
Yeah.
Like, over the last, what, 6 months, right? Like.
Yeah. You've been planning for the last at least 6 months.
Yeah.
Making sacrifices.
It's like
making
personal life and like.
Yeah.
Just sleep.
Yeah, you got to get up and ride, find time to ride. So you've got a full-time job, so you may get up at what, 4 a.m. or something?
Oh, absolutely not. I will absolutely admit that I am not a morning person.
Okay. Well, you've had to train through the summer all this time, and if you're down near Houston, then it's balmy and hot.
It's miserable.
Yeah, it's like your sweat just doesn't dissipate. You just
you were actually just a wet rag.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Your whole bike should be rusted over.
Oh my God, stop it.
From sweat. Yeah.
But like that's the whole thing. So I will go as slow as I need to.
Yeah.
Or that my body wants me to.
Yeah.
Make sure it happens, right?
Yeah, you're not in a rush. It's not a race, which is why I'm saying, like, why are y'all doing 139 miles a day?
Well, it is a race for me.
Okay. So you're trying to break a record?
So that's the thing. So the record information's really vague.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, he keeps track of it, and I don't. I've never even. Yeah, so I don't know.
There's been.
It's different.
To my knowledge, there's one woman that's finished.
Okay.
And it took her 9 days.
Well, you're the first woman I've met doing it. I was really surprised when I rode up on a woman. Because, yeah, I saw GW or whatever your initials are. What's your initials? Or?
TW, yeah.
TW, I saw TW and I thought, well, we're going to get to meet TW. Find out who TW is.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, surprise. So, and then there's Aaron A behind you.
Yes.
My name's Aaron too. So Aaron A.
Aaron, not Adam. Where did I get Adam from?
Oh, well, my cousin's name is Adam.
No, I thought the guy behind me's name was Adam.
His name is Aaron.
Well,
my name is Aaron too, so there's no Adam.
How did I still get it wrong?
I don't know. I have a cousin named Adam, and people get me mixed up with Adam all the time. It's not an unusual thing.
Have I met your cousin Adam?
Possibly. He's a pretty popular guy like me, but he doesn't ride bicycles, so.
Oh, then I don't know him.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy this little hill while it lasts and appreciate
no power, no
that
power,
it's steep, but it's not as steep as some of them that are ahead of us.
Let me just go ahead and get in my 50. So, what are you're riding a 2x. What do you have here?
Okay, this is a Trek Marlin, 2018 Trek Marlin 7. Marlin 7 was the last year they had a 3x.
Oh, it's a 3x. Jesus, how did I not see that?
3x9, I guess, so 27 speeds.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of different gears, and it's nice because I usually spin like you're doing, going up hills, you know, real slow.
Yeah.
And I use this trekking pole. So I've got another one that I bought during the pandemic as a backup, because you know you just couldn't get any parts or anything.
Yeah. Wait, you have the same bike as a backup?
Yeah, as a backup.
Oh,
but
awesome.
But it was a 1x when I bought it, so I had them convert it to a 3x, just the exact same gearing as this. So when this one goes down, I have it.
That's so funny.
But yeah, it's just a Trek Marlin. It's not anything really special. It looks like you've got a nice carbon fiber salsa there.
Well, the fork is carbon.
Okay.
The frame is steel.
Okay.
But it is a salsa Fargo.
All right. Oh, okay, Fargo. All right.
Fargo, yeah.
Yeah. So working in a bike shop in Houston?
Yeah, so I work at Race Ready Repair.
Okay. So is that that's not a mobile thing? It's actually y'all are like a store that people go into.
Storefront and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're actually supporting my snack intake for the race.
So you've got a sponsor.
Right?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
This is awesome. It's like being able to keep up with Lance Armstrong.
Right.
Well, you know,
I mean,
back in the day before he was, you know. Yeah, before he wasn't popular. I don't think Kevin lets him into his races. Like he's done races here before. And I say that Lance Armstrong was in this race one year, but it was problematic. And I think, based on what he said, that he just doesn't let him in anymore because, you know.
That's interesting. So was that on Shiftless?
What's that?
Was that on Shiftless?
Shiftless.
The podcast?
I guess. It was a podcast a few years ago. He was putting on, I think, the Texas Chainring Massacre.
That's a fun ride.
Yeah, and he was talking about Lance Armstrong doing it one year. And anyway.
Yeah.
I met Lance Armstrong before all that, you know, before the
dope scandal?
Yeah, before the dope scandal, and I did yard work for his mom.
What?
Yeah, she lived at Lake Kiowa in Gainesville. There's a gated community.
Okay.
And so I was doing tree work for her neighbor, had a landscaping business, and the neighbor was like, he said, you know, yeah, you know, I always did all this work for him, but he was like, well, this lady's got this big tree that's dead, and I want to introduce you to her. And so I started cutting this massive tree down. And then she gets home, like right when I'm finishing up the job. She has this little dog with a hat on, little Shih Tzu dog with the birthday hat on, and she got out of her car, and I said, hey, it must be your, I didn't know who she was. I said, hey, is it your dog's birthday or something? I can't remember exactly, but she was like, no, it's a Halloween hat. And she walked over and started talking to me, and she was like, I was just visiting my son in Austin. And I was like, well, who's your son? I used to live in Austin. She goes, you wouldn't know him. I said, I bet I will. I said, I've met a lot of people in Austin. And she said, well, I'm Lance Armstrong's mother. I said, well, I've met Lance Armstrong and his wife, actually. And she said ex-wife. And I said, well, I met him 2 weeks before they got divorced. And she was like, well, I don't know what went on with that, blah, blah, blah. But
yeah.
Anyway.
You're good to go.
But I had a cousin who had just been diagnosed with cancer at the time. So I really picked her brain about what to tell my cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had read his book, It's Not About the Bike, you know.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he hadn't been busted at this point in time.
Okay.
So I asked her, I said, my cousin's just been diagnosed with cancer. What can I tell her? Can I get her on speakerphone right here? And she was like, sure. But there was no reception. And I said, well, I know, I read the book. It's not about the bike. And I know you're a big, huge part of Lance Armstrong's life. I know you're a single mom and raised him, and you were there for that cancer battle to give him encouragement. What would you tell my cousin?
Yeah.
And she said, well, I would tell your cousin that it's so easy to leave everything in the doctor's hands. It's a really tough battle for life, and it's so easy to just see all these medications you're taking, all the doctor's prescriptions, and just sit back and let the doctors do all the work. But you have to fight the spiritual battles. She said the spiritual battle is the most important part of the battle, because you've got to do what you can do while you're fighting and going through the chemotherapy and losing strength. You got to settle for what you can do and do it. Like, if you can't, basically like what Martin Luther King said, if you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But do something. And that's what she said. You just have to do something.
How that works for everything in life.
Yeah. So that's what you're doing, I'm sure, right now, because you've gone over, well, probably approaching 300 miles.
I thought it'd be over 300.
Yeah, because you.
20? Maybe? Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, how many have you done today?
53. And I've done 2.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm over 300.
All right. Congratulations.
Thanks.
30% of the way there.
Yeah. Oh, my butt needs a moment though.
So have you ever done multi-day rides before?
Yes.
I guess with training you've been having to do it.
The most I've done is 3.
What about an organized multi-day ride?
I've done a couple.
Okay.
I've done the East Texas Showdown series, but I've done the slowdown.
All right.
3 years in the last 3 years. Have I done that route 3 times? Yeah.
So how long is that, and how much per day?
280 miles.
Okay, so 2 or 3 days. Or...
Yeah. So the first time I did it, I bike packed it. So I took all my gear, camped 2 nights.
Yeah.
Made it back Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
The second year, my girl Alex and I. She's bestie Alex.
All right.
She actually is riding with me in spirit. There's a little rat in my pocket.
Does she ride with you a lot of times?
Yeah. She's not my bestie anymore. She's busy.
Oh,
no,
okay.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's my riding partner in crime.
So you've been doing a lot of your training with your friend.
Not this
Okay.
season.
Okay.
She got her job responsibilities changed, and
Yeah.
she actually signed up for the rat, but couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy. Don't do it. I gotta pee and I won't stop for nothing.
He gave up.
But she got me this little rat, and so I named it Alex.
Oh, you got a pet rat?
In my pocket. It's this little, like...
Is it alive
No,
in your
it's
pocket?
a little crochet.
Oh, good. I was like, it's gonna suffocate.
Yeah, what? It's like crazy woman.
Well, you got wind. You
Yeah,
can make the
I thought
shade
that.
for it. So
Yeah.
I guess he could survive. There are people who ride with chihuahuas.
Yeah, there's people that ride with lots of
I've
things.
seen them do it.
They ride with their chihuahua, like their dog.
Yep, in a
But,
backpack. I've seen them do it.
But yeah, so, and I done it with her, but we did it and
All right.
we slept for about an hour, maybe.
Throughout the whole 280 miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we did it again. And then I did it again this past March. No sleep at all.
Yeah.
8,000 pee breaks because I drank too much coffee.
Now get your momentum going here, because you're gonna have to carry it up as far as you can. It's kind of a steep. This is the steep one here, or steepest you'll encounter for a while.
You don't have to lie to
But I'm sorry for interrupting you. I just want to make sure you get as much out of this hill as you could.
Oh, I won't lie. Like, at this point, I just assume it's going to be really slow. I'm not even... But yeah, no sleep last time. So that was a 30 hours, 32 hours maybe?
Now, why was there no sleep? Were you camping and it was just too uncomfortable, or?
Nope, that was definitely just the goal.
The goal to get started at a certain...
No sleep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I wanted to go at it.
Yeah.
It ended up being
So this may be the longest one you've ever attempted.
Yes, it's definitely the longest one I've ever attempted.
Okay.
And after today, it will be the longest 3 days of riding I've ever done.
Okay, the 280 was it before?
Yes.
Okay. When was that? How long ago was that? You
So
did the 280?
I started, that was...
Like last year or this year?
So the last race I did was March of this year.
Okay.
I've done I've done other ones too.
Yeah.
But I've been riding for 4 years this next January.
Cool. I've been riding longer than you. 4 years, and you already work at a bike shop, and you're just like doing the rat.
Yeah. Yeah, no big deal.
Only 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just
I'm not
shooting for the stars, really, when it comes to cycling.
Yeah. The running joke I've made myself is, you can't be. I was like, I'm sometimes I'm dumb and sometimes I'm pretty, but I can't be both. And
I guess that went over my head.
yeah.
You can be both. You can be smart and pretty.
No,
or dumb.
no, I'm not allowed to.
Okay. All right.
So a lot of my bicycling adventures, well, at least I'm pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could have a record for being the prettiest cyclist that's ever attempted this rat. But
Yeah,
you know,
I
you've made it.
I feel pretty positive about that.
You've made it pretty far. You know, I'm telling you, I've ridden with these other guys in other years, and you're doing really well. The guy who won it. God, what is his name? I can't remember his name. No, he's the record holder.
Okay.
But there's a different guy who won it this 1 year, and I was riding with him from here all the way to Munster, where I'm gonna ride with you. And I'm telling you, I thought this guy's gonna throw in the towel, but he just kept chugging. And then the guy way up in front of him gave up. He said, "Oh, this is too mentally challenging this year. I just can't do it." He was on record pace, but he was way out there in the panhandle, and he just threw in the towel. He says, "Too mentally challenging."
Yeah.
And so this guy I rode with, going at this pace, won the whole thing. And you're sitting in second right now, really, you know,
Well,
behind Rich
ahead of
Walters.
me. He started,
Rich Waldschmidt.
but he started a day early.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm technically in first.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well.
I'm technically in first.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great that you're pacing yourself. Like David, he went 175 miles and then he crashed. Well,
Yeah.
you know, if he'd have just gone 140 miles,
And rested.
yeah, then he wouldn't have crashed. So,
And like that's the thing, like
and he's going for record every year, but he's never actually finished it. So he needs to just finish it first.
honestly, you're more likely to set yourself a record just trying to accomplish that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like-
yeah, exactly. That's how it's happened.
I've never actually really been good at being competitive. I tell myself every time I do one of these races that I'm going to try to be competitive.
So you're saying you're not an athlete, even though you look
Okay,
like an
actually,
athlete?
Interesting.
You look like an athlete.
I didn't become an athlete until
Okay.
I was an adult.
Okay, all right. A lot of people are college athletes, and I thought maybe you were a college athlete,
Oh,
maybe
no,
a track athlete or something.
I just had way too much energy to burn in high school at some point or something.
Okay.
But no, I actually did a little write-up for myself before the race.
Okay.
And I am actually not a natural athlete. Like I don't.
You mean you are a natural athlete, but you haven't been an organized athlete?
You know what? I probably should rearrange those words in that. But like
Well, if you've done 300 miles in 3 days, you're a
But
natural
it
athlete.
took. I actually have a coach to help me and like hone me in. And
That's
help me
okay.
focus.
Athletes have coaches. That's
And
okay.
it really changed like what I was able to accomplish and what I felt like I was capable in.
Yeah,
And
good.
it's really amazing.
Good.
Now.
You mean it's amazing because you didn't think you could do what you're doing
Yeah. And
before you got a coach that pushed you through the, some stuff.
that showed me like this
Yeah.
is how it.
It's how it's done.
do it.
Yeah.
You are doing it.
You just don't know the steps, and I'm going to teach you, and
Yeah. And
now you're doing it.
And it's kind of that mixed bag moment. You're like, I personally don't. At one point or another, I was so much slower than a lot of the people I was riding with. And
Yeah.
it was kind of that mixed bag. Like, I don't have enough. Oh, you know what? I gotta get smart about something.
You're on the correct route.
Hang on. Oh, now I'm
You
gonna
got-
turn my headphones off to sort of save the battery.
Your headphones, were you listening to something, or?
I was before you.
Okay, and they were still turned on?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's giving me my map direction.
All right.
But I don't
being an athlete.
slower and like, I knew, okay, just ride your bike more, right? And that works for some people.
Yeah.
Who may have like a disposition of being, like being coached to do an athletic activity.
Yeah.
Something I don't actually know. And so.
Yeah, it does take riding your bike a lot to do these long races. But.
Yeah, I mean, well then I find out like I'm actually not very fast, but I can ride a long time.
Me too.
But I learned that through what trial and error, right? Or,
yeah.
Like
yeah, watching people drop like flies who pass you and at 40 miles, but then way out there they're
and
like,
I'm just
okay, we're
my own
done.
business, like la 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 la. But I don't think I would have. I don't know how I got to this point of going, okay, I'm not half bad at this. I'm just gonna do it every day. I like it.
Well, yeah, it's great exercise. Were you a runner before, or are you a runner?
Running.
Okay. Well, it's harder, that's for sure, but this is really enjoyable, but it takes like 3 times as much time to get an equal amount of exercise.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more fun.
Look at that cedar shake on that house.
Yeah, yep. This is called North Ridge.
North Ridge.
Lindsay's the town here.
Oh, okay.
North Ridge and all the.
Is that,
I don't know, like the county.
that building's at 11.
That's a church.
Is that a church? Or
Yeah, that's St. Peter's Catholic Church.
Okay.
It's a really old German Catholic church.
Okay.
You'll ride right past it. It'll be on your right. But yeah, they've got a private, well, now it's a public school, but it's a really heavily Catholic community.
Okay.
Both Lindsay and Munster are Catholic German communities.
Okay.
Real nice people, real nice people. The people here are just so nice compared to the other side of 35, really, that's been my experience.
Isn't that funny?
Their dogs don't get out and chase you, and if they do, they're apologetic. Whereas over there, they're just like, they feel entitled. If you do anything to fight back, you're abusing their poor dog in the middle of the road. So, but I do a lot of riding in north of 82. There's a lot of hills and gravel over there, and they used to do the RAT on that side of the road, but not now. Not the case, huh?
Still didn't help that much.
All right, well, you do have a headwind, so.
Kind of nice because it's so hot. Like, it's that mixed bag. Like, you always want a tailwind until it's 90+ degrees outside.
Yeah, and then you don't have that breeze in your face.
Yeah, and
yeah, this does feel nice, doesn't it, having the breeze.
It did so much good while it does that.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to approach 90 degrees today.
Definitely did yesterday. It was 90+.
Yeah, you got a hot year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, though, you know, the good thing about... Yeah, the good thing about when it's hot, a lot of times there's not rain. I noticed that. I mean, I could be wrong. You may end up running into rain, but...
Well, we're not supposed to get any rain, but I did bring a rain jacket.
Okay, well, you've been watching the forecast, I'm sure, so...
Yeah,
you
I
know.
won't lie to you. I haven't looked at it since I started the race.
Okay, well, I haven't either, so I'm just...
Oh, I have no idea. It could have changed. I could have, like, a cold front coming through, and I just have no idea at the moment.
Well, I'm really impressed that you've actually decided to just try this race because when I was at your point, you know, after riding 3 or 4 years, I was looking at this race and really thinking about doing it, but I just didn't. So, but now I may still eventually, but
yeah.
I really, you know, I'm going to do a ride today anyway, and I figured, well, you know, ride with the Rat Riders and see how they're doing.
This has been really nice. Well, I've been riding by myself for 2 days, and it has its. I don't technically mind it, but new company, good company, man, it makes things move so much different.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I hope so. Peter has said the same thing. The last time he did it, he was going from east to west.
Oh yeah.
And I met up with him in near Nocona, and he was just like, "Aaron, I'm so glad to see you. It's been so lonely out here, just going by myself for days and days." So he was just delighted, and we rode together. And I was delighted too, because I usually ride by myself. So y'all, this is perfect because y'all go at my pace.
I would say we can go slower.
No.
Oh shit. Well,
whatever you feel comfortable. You got so far to go, just don't feel like you have to keep up with anybody. You need to stop. Now, so I'm not sure exactly where you'll turn left.
I can tell you. Okay.
But this is Lindsay, and if you go a few more blocks up here, there's another gas station if you need it.
Okay, yeah, I got 4th Street.
Okay. This is 2nd, 3rd, and then 4th up there.
Okay, so I filled up at 28. What time is it now? It is.
What time is it now?
Oh, no, not time, sorry.
11.
It's been 28 miles, and I've got 21 until the next one. I technically have enough water, but I think I want some ice.
Yeah.
I think
you need some water. Okay.
Oh, but I'm supposed to turn on 4th Street.
Well, if you need ice, you're gonna have to go up here across the highway. Well, maybe.
Wait. Well, it may not be worth it to me.
Yeah, I mean, ice.
Let me look at this map.
Now, water, we could.
Let's see.
There's got to be water in town. I mean, someplace with water. There's a police station down here, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
water hose. Actually, I'll give you some water. If you want some water, you're welcome to have any.
Plenty of water.
Oh, okay. You just need ice. You would like ice. Okay.
But I'm gonna pull. I'm just gonna. My salesman's supposed to turn on 4th. Hey, don't scare me, meanie head.
So you want to turn on 4th?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn right.
Okay.
Just in case I don't, but I won't be in the. Oh, there's no shade. Oh well. All right.
Yeah. So you're gonna go through a little town called Myra too.
How far away now?
But there used to be a nice convenience store at the intersection, but not. It's closed down.
Of course it is.
Yep. So.
Ooh, this is a nice shady bit.
But the church, I'm sure the church has a water hose somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ice is just an impulsive.
Okay. Yeah, you know, during the hotter than hell, I got a bunch of ice at mile 40, and what happened was my electrolytes, they gave me so much ice that there wasn't enough water to dilute my electrolytes.
Oh shit.
And so I got sick from that real concentrated liquid that was left. And then by mile 70, I had to visit the porta potty.
Corner store. There we go. Yeah, that would. All right.
You looking at a corner store here?
Corner store. We're gonna go straight, and we're gonna turn right on the Maple.
All right. Is this corner store on 82, Highway 82?
0.2 miles away. No. It's
Okay.
off of the corner of Maple and the next intersection.
Okay.
Crosswalk.
All right.
Not crosswalk. What's the thing?
Yeah, so this is downtown. There may be some store that
Yeah.
Maple though.
See, we find something a little bit new.
You would normally just go straight, I believe.
Yeah,
out
but
in
it
the
doesn't
country.
take me off course
Okay.
very far.
All right.
Which is pretty legit.
Yep.
Oh, if it's real. There is a photo, so it looks real.
There are definitely stores. Are they open? I don't know.
On Monday. I didn't check that part.
I always ride out in the, out in the country. So you're going through town here. So, Maple Street. How's it going?
Hello. Oh, yeah, that little.
Right there? Okay.
That's gonna do it. Next to the library. Alright.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you should.
Sure. I'm into it.
Have you had lunch?
Oh, I have. I won't eat it.
All right.
I'm in the car. The car's fixed. I don't know what happened. I failed myself just now.
You're good. Nice shade.
Actually, I need to see if they buy a Sprite. Would you like a Sprite? Maybe we'll run into them. That'd be nice.
I've never met Aaron A.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Okay. I figured y'all all started together as a group.
We did, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, all the white guys look the same.
Okay.
So,
And there aren't any black guys or Asian guys.
yeah, no,
I guess.
no, it's all a bunch of older white guys, frankly.
Yeah. Peter's from Slovakia.
I would say I know what Peter looks like. That one's
Yeah. He's a Europe. Well,
photos and all of that stuff. Oh, look! Is that
oh,
him?
yep. Gotta be.
Aaron! Wait for me! Your biggest competition! Oh, a guy with mirror. That's what he's actually in my head as.
All
What's
right.
up?
I couldn't tell if that was y'all. I thought y'all were just regular cyclists.
I do look normal.
I'm a regular cyclist. I just kind of met in with, I've been following y'all's beacons and I decided to join for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, sir, you're a lot faster than me. You need to slow down and then make sure I'm not alone at night. Okay? It is
Sounds good.
so dark and scary.
So I don't have Facebook.
I do.
I didn't get the message about the not having to go through that like dump ground.
What
like,
dump ground?
I didn't get that
What
either.
message?
by the like the Mexican food manufacturing plant.
Mexican food manufacturing plant?
Where's that? What town? So is it ahead of you or behind you?
Denison.
Okay, well,
Oh, I went through there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I wasn't supposed to go through there? I didn't have to?
Like where it was like super dark and
It was so fucking dark.
trash everywhere.
Okay, I don't remember the trash part, but
Oh,
probably because
man,
I was
yeah.
too busy being scared shitless because of how dark it was.
Yeah.
But for real, it's been real dark. It's been real dark. It's dark right now. I'm Tiffany.
it's dark for
I'm
them.
Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. This is
Aaron.
Aaron.
I'm Aaron Smith.
Aaron Smith.
Yep, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
I was gonna say
Said
you.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what your name was because I just saw TW.
That's me. I'm slower than you, but I start before you, apparently.
I started at the morning of the Grand Depart. I started at 5.
Oh! How'd you get away with starting so early? You were awake?
Yeah, I got up at 3.
Okay.
I laid there and I'm like, no.
Alright. So you've been alone for 2 days.
There was another cyclist back there.
Peter?
What's that?
Have you ran into Peter?
Peter's
Oh,
behind you. He's the one
Peter's
that's,
way back there.
Okay.
yeah.
I finally saw Peter at Paris,
Okay.
and I hadn't seen him since.
Okay. Did you see Rich?
I haven't caught Rich yet.
Okay.
He's like,
He's ahead of
Yeah, well,
y'all.
he started a whole day.
yeah.
Well, I started at 6 o'clock on the Grand Depart. And so my pace gave it to me where I was in that big stretch of the net, that 25 miles. 15 of it was in complete pitch dark.
Oh yeah.
It was weird. It was weird. It was a weird time. I was telling other Aaron about like coming up on hogs and just being like, I don't know how to handle this at this point. but last night I rode through, I think I was like probably 6 miles behind you at one point.
Last night?
Yeah, at one point, but I think you gained on me after I came to a crawl when it got dark. And honestly, I was only trying to catch you because I needed company.
Car up. I'm gonna get behind y'all.
Yeah. Like it was. As soon as I got into Culver last night,
Yeah.
it got dark on me right then.
Yeah.
Like that really cute short tunnel thing
Yeah.
after all the farmland. Like that's when I had to turn my light on. But the dam and all of that stuff was spooky.
Oh,
like
yeah.
getting to it.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of having to cross over.
Oh God.
Oh, you went over that bridge in the dark?
Yeah.
Carpenter's Bluff Bridge. There's railing missing on that bridge.
Yeah.
Did you do the Hotter Than Hell this year?
Yeah.
Did you do the gravel or the road?
The road ride. I've never done it
Yeah.
because I'm like.
It's your first year to do it, or you've never done the gravel?
I've never done the gravel either.
Okay, and this year was your first year to do the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you make the 100 miles?
I did.
Well, that's awesome because it was the third hottest year on record, 107
Saw
degrees.
that.
Yeah.
The third hottest, no big deal.
Yeah. Last year
Far back.
was tied for the first hottest. But this year was the wind. It was windier than last year.
Yeah.
So this year was harder than last year because even though it was a little cooler, it was windier. Like in your face windier.
I was at mile like 50.
Yeah.
I was cramping real bad.
And you were trying to make Hell's Gate in time, I bet.
Yep.
So that's why you kept cramping.
And then I got to the 50-mile little rest stop,
Yep.
and they had
It's a
Dr.
big.
Peppers.
Yeah, you got some sugar.
I
All right.
slammed 2 of those.
Yep.
And once I got through Hell's Gate, I felt great.
What time did you get to Hell's Gate?
Oh, I can't even remember.
They didn't close at 11:30 like they did last year. They waited till 12. So
Yeah.
that was good.
It was probably close.
Yeah. I was thinking they were going to close at 11:30, so I was pushing it, and I made it 11:26.
Yeah.
And then I started cramping. I was like, okay, now I'm going to pay for pushing it. So
Yeah, I've got like salt tabs.
yeah.
Just trying to. I was cramping pretty bad last night.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, y'all are putting in a lot of miles. It's your first year to do a race like this, like multi-day, or?
I did the very first year of the RAT.
Car up. Or I thought there was. It must have been a shadow of a tree. So, all right, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I did the RAT in 2014.
Okay.
So do you know Shannon? What?
I don't.
Okay.
Um,
He got food poisoning like 100 miles from the end.
oh no.
Yeah.
So you succeeded at this in 2014, or attempted
No.
it almost? Okay.
And I made it to Holiday.
That's a good attempt. That's pretty far.
Um,
It's near Turkey, isn't it? Or, well,
no,
Turkey's like it's more
like,
obscure than Holiday.
by Wichita Falls.
Oh, near Jolly, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Holiday. Jolly Holiday. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And with being on the single speed, my Achilles were just shot.
So now you're not on a single speed.
Yeah.
No, but he's on downshifter.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the whole friction shifting thing, so.
I mean, it looks cool on that straggler.
That's a good
Is that
idea.
a Fargo?
It is.
Yeah, I've got their website pulled up, and I'm thinking about just getting the frame and then switching everything over.
So
to Fargo.
So I have a Shirley Midnight Special, which was my original like gravel bike and everything. So I like to see your straggler, but sorry. But the Fargo is so much more relaxed and comfortable, like getting the frame.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be upset with that switch over at all. It wouldn't come with my butt problems, but but I really enjoyed this bike.
What bike is that? Trek?
Marlin 7.
Okay.
Trek Marlin 7. So, I like the way you got that little light mounted to your fork. Is that like a special attachment that goes onto the fork, or is your fork made with something sticking out of it for that?
No, it's Paul Components.
I have one of those on my Midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, look up Paul Components.
Out of California.
Okay.
I think California.
All right.
Pretty cool. I wouldn't be surprised if one was California.
You just a little bar that sticks out of your fork.
Yeah.
So I
Clamp it on.
into one of your
Oh, okay. Pannier things.
your
Okay.
mounts.
All
The
right.
only thing is, like,
Yeah, I don't have
The
those.
light overlap on it, on the wheel.
You can't put your water bottles like I'm doing though, so I would have.
no. And also the first year I did this, I had a salsa El Mariachi,
Oh!
and I did the exact same thing.
Oh, that I'm doing?
Yep.
Okay.
I love the El Mariachi.
Yeah.
Still love me.
Yeah, I still might be able to figure out how to do that though. Well, no, not on the top of the fork, is it? I don't know. I think I haven't seen that. That's neat. So yeah, gravel's about to start.
Now watch it, that's straight off.
Uh-oh.
Nah. Not the first time I took it off on a ride. Oh, shit. Well, that's broken. Huh.
Yeah, I normally wear a watch, but it's like
Oh!
like kind of big, a diver watch, and it's kind of heavy.
A diver watch? You're a
Yeah.
diver?
I used to be.
Okay.
for
Cave diver?
No.
Good.
It was for.
It's a good way to die.
my work.
Cave dive. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Finding dead bodies? Or?
Rescue and recovery.
Wow.
and-
Okay. All right. So you're in the law enforcement or firefighter?
Fireman.
Okay. All right. Man, I watched so much about cave divers dying. You know, it's just so dangerous
Oh, yeah.
to dive. You know,
You would not catch me doing
there's
that.
rescuers that got to do that too, though. People go down in those caves, and I know Jacob's Well is a real dangerous one. People cave dive there, and they get that. You know, no matter how experienced you are, things can go wrong.
Did
and
they
you're
close
down.
that off?
They did, but people get down there and pry open the gate, and they still go down there. But yeah, they closed it off, but it still killed several people. Good cave divers.
Yeah, I was wondering where you at, because I stopped at Gainesville, and there was like a liquor store, and I asked them if they had any ice, and they had like those big, like commercial ice bins,
Yeah.
and the lady just let me start scooping out. So.
Well, that's probably better than what I just did in that corner. So it was like cafe. And it was that, I spilled my stuff everywhere. I was like, do you mind if I have a Sprite? And a bunch of ice knocked together. No, I didn't stop at Gainesville. I stopped in Whitesboro, actually. Because I got there and I realized they were still covering McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
And I picked up a biscuit sandwich. But that threw me off of like my plan. So all my timetables a little, my mileage is huge. Oh look, another dry river.
We're gonna go over a low water crossing in a little while on the other side of Myra. And if there's any water, it'll be there. But there's another cool, well, I think we're gonna go a really cool bridge to, well, maybe not. Nah, it's a little off this route. I live in Gainesville, so I ride around here real regularly, and I follow the Spin History webpage, And I've met up with the Rat Riders several years and ridden with them, you know, just for my daily ride. But I really admire what y'all are doing, the perseverance it takes, the planning, the discipline it takes to even sign up, the belief in yourself.
It's tough.
Give it a try. Yeah, I know. That's why I haven't even attempted it yet, but maybe one day. Anyway, I enjoy riding with y'all for a little part of it.
Last night was a pretty low point for me last night.
Last night, okay. Yeah. Well, so you had a goal to make it so many miles, and you're riding in the dark, trying to meet that goal, and then why was it a low point?
Oh, just the climbing and the heat.
Yeah. And that was
feeling real good.
Yeah, yeah.
And today, I felt good today, but all the dust.
Yeah.
Riding along, nose started bleeding. That's why I've got this thing now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those I guess it's the silica crystals in this dust. It's mainly calcium carbonate, but those silica crystals, with all that dust, I can see it cutting up your nose and making it just start bleeding. Yeah. That's frustrating. I actually haven't had that happen yet, but I'm sure it will. Probably would if I've been riding 3 days on these gravel roads. Now, did you have a lot of people dusting you further east? Like, the dust doesn't get up in the air by itself. You got a lot of people that just drove by too fast and threw up dust? Okay. And where was the most of that happening? Like the first, I guess the second day, yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's between around Paris and north of Sherman, around Sherman. Well, you were in Oklahoma when that happened, right? The nosebleed?
Yeah. Oh, no, like, oh man,
before you got to Oklahoma?
No, it was after, like, it was not too long ago.
Oh, okay, today, all right.
I've walked numerous hills.
Okay. Well, this is the hill. I was telling her this is the hilliest day, and she's taking it slow because, yeah, you've got a lot of hills to do. But I've talked to guys who've done it, like Peter and several others, and they have told me that around here, this day is the hilliest portion of it. But yeah, you know, around Munster, Nocona.
A friend of mine got to Tucumcari last year, the first, and he was telling me that this morning. He was like, yeah, it's the hilliest day.
Yeah.
Is that today?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Are you just telling me that to keep me going?
Oh, no.
No, it is. It really is. Today is the hilliest day. All right.
Coming in hot.
Dust kicker. They're going slow. They're being considerate. Yeah. This helps a little bit, having this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live right outside of Lake Kiowa.
Oh yeah, okay. I was just telling her I mowed Lance Armstrong's mom's lawn at Lake Kiowa, did tree work, landscape work. At Lake
She lives
Kiowa.
out there?
She did before I lost my leg 11, 12 years ago. I was doing landscape work, but before he got busted. But did you say what happened?
Yeah.
Horse riding accident.
Ah.
I was riding a Clydesdale horse and I was ponying another one, meaning I was leading it on a halter. It was spring and the dogs were running all around. April 1st, April Fool's Day. And the horse I was leading blew up for some reason. I don't know why she spooked, but they're both young horses, 3-year-olds. And I threw the rope, but the one I was on spooked too, and she was a really stocky, strong Clydesdale horse, and she just started bucking so violently that when she was throwing me off, I used my right foot to try to push myself away from her, and the foot got caught in the saddle, and so she drugged me and bucked and twisted and broke my knee real badly. And then when the doctor cut into it, it introduced a hospital-acquired infection that he did not catch, and so it stayed in there too long.
Oh, man.
Ate up too much bone, and then it took heroic measures to try to save it, and those heroic measures over the course of a year failed. So that's how I lost it, and that's really how I got into riding bicycles, because they told me I could never ride a bike, which I believed for 6 years, until I figured out that I could. And then I was like, oh, this is awesome, and better I run and do all this other stuff, but riding a bike is much easier than running or any other kind of physical activity that I do. So I ride a lot, really enjoy it. I've considered doing this race, but it's just never worked out for me to set aside that much time.
So does that have the like the computer?
I apologize.
No, this leg I made myself. I gave my computerized artificial leg away because I learned how to make my own legs, and I've got like 10 of them for different activities. And this leg, the knee joint, is a gate hinge that I ordered off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And I used my welder to make the knee joint, and I built this whole leg in my garage, except for the components here down. Those are like stock parts, but
That's pretty cool.
I ordered them and put it all together. But this is just a gate hinge, this knee joint that I laminated into the socket. The socket is made out of carbon fiber, which is just fabric until you put resin in it. And so I got a vacuum bag and ordered a vacuum pump, or rented one from AutoZone, and used that to make this leg, really. And so it's lasted years. You know, this leg, I've got a backup one, but I haven't needed to use it. But I did have a computerized microprocessor leg, and I gave it away to somebody who I thought could use it and needed it. There's a problem when you lose a leg. Insurance, if you have insurance, they'll pay for one every 3 to 5 years. Well, when it breaks, you know, you better have a backup or you'll be sitting in a wheelchair. And anyway, I just got tired of the inconvenience of it breaking and then having to send it off in the mail and all the inconvenience. So I made legs that are real specialized for all the things I like to do.
Yeah.
And then those microprocessor legs, if you ride a bike with it, you will burn up the gaskets and seals, and even in the free swing phase, you'll destroy it pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I used to rodeo for a living.
okay, well, you know what broken bones are like.
So it's kind of, I don't know if you can, it's right about there.
Yeah.
I had a bull step on the back of my leg, and it like popped out the front, like mid shaft, the tip bib.
Oh man, compound fracture. Yeah.
And that was in 02.
Yeah. Well, when you don't get an infection, you get to keep your leg.
Yeah.
And I found that out with the other leg. I was riding one night in the dark, and somebody came at me with no headlights on and just gunned it right at me, and I went into the ditch and broke this leg.
Oh God.
And it has 15 screws and 2 big metal plates in it because it was a bad break, but it never got infected, so it healed up perfectly. But then the doctor wouldn't take the metal plates out. He said, oh, it's too dangerous, so we're just gonna leave them in there. So
Yeah, that's what they did to mine. I've got a rod like inside the tibia,
yeah.
and then it goes from like my knee to my ankle, and then 2 screws in my knee,
All right.
But after that happened, I gained too much weight and I wasn't competing at my where I needed to be.
So that was before 2014.
So you were not a clown.
I was not a clown.
Just so we clear that up.
I was the one riding. I did that, and then in high school I did bull riding and bareback horses.
So sorry.
Yeah, that's real dangerous. We're lucky we didn't get kicked in the head by horses, because they can.
Gainesville's a big horse.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of The one I was leading wasn't that powerful. She was more just long and gawky, but
Yeah.
the one I was on was real stocky, built more like a Belgian. But just a bucking horse, man. That thing, I don't know what made her mad or what set her off, but once she started bucking, she didn't give up. And I couldn't get my hand back on the reins fast enough. I was already off balance, and I knew I was going off, so I tried to push away from her so she wouldn't step on me. And that foot got caught. And so, you know, I should have known. I should have planned better, because I know that can happen. And I know people have died, but
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna ride behind you. I am not drafting. Okay, Aaron? I'm hiding in the shadows.
feel free to draft or hide in the shadows.
I've been doing that.
What?
All day, like I'll ride on that side, like with the
That's what I'm trying to
shadows.
Oh, you've been riding in the shadows to keep in the shade, or?
Trying to.
Yeah. You know, if I was y'all, I'd I'd have long sleeve or some kind of arm covers, you know.
I've got a long sleeve jersey, but it's more like wintry.
Yeah,
And
you don't want it too hot. Okay.
Yeah,
this stuff is so old, I need to buy some new, but this is like a wicking shirt that I got from Home Depot.
Yeah.
It's made for roofers, really, to make the sweat cool you off.
So Tiffany, where are you from?
One second. I can't ride my bike and stop. That's why I've been riding by myself. There's God, we can't do all three. I'm from Conroe, North Houston.
Conroe?
Yeah.
That was my last professional rodeo I was ever in, was in Conroe.
Montgomery County?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's the first time I ever saw a Clydesdale.
Where were you a firefighter, or where are you a firefighter?
Crowley. It's just south of Fort Worth.
Okay. Well, I did the decathlon in college, and some of my teammates, decathlete teammates, were firefighters.
Yeah.
They became firefighters at the big, you know, the track was at the, you know, we could always see them training at the fire station school at A&M. And, you know, training, they have some hazardous materials fire training.
Yeah.
You probably know about it as a firefighter, but
Yeah, I'm a hazmat tech.
okay, so you may know Travis Marr, or you may have known Travis Marr. Okay, well anyway, he was an Austin, Texas firefighter. He put on a lot of training, like for swift water rescue and different things. You know, being in Austin, I guess firefighters have to go to Austin to train, and he was one of the instructors. But they had him go to 9/11, you know, after the planes hit the Twin Towers, and he apparently breathed in too much toxic material, and last year he died of cancer. It caught up with him.
Yeah.
He was just 2 or 3 years older than me.
There's been quite a few people that have died because of that.
Yeah, I mean, just too much hazardous material to deal with got in the lungs. And maybe that happens throughout, you know, a career fighting other fires too. I don't know.
It's definitely not a healthy profession.
Yeah, it's a courageous profession, but the air you have to breathe when you fight those fires can sometimes have carcinogens in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually just, on October 4th, I completed 20 years. So
That's great.
I may work for another 5, maybe 7.
Yeah.
And then I'll retire.
Okay.
So I have to go find something else to do.
Yeah. All right.
What do y'all do?
I'm a paralegal. I work for a personal injury law firm.
Nice.
And I moonlight at a bike shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of creeks, what'd you think of that?
The where you thought you were going to have to go through a river, but it
Yeah.
just looked like the bottom of a river?
Yeah.
That was confusing. It was beautiful. I was actually on the phone with my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I think I'm going through a riverbed. And he goes, oh no, river rocks suck. And I go, no. I think this is like
Watch out, no rails.
a free, like it was a smooth running, like ripple wave water riverbed. It was so pretty, but it felt like, it made me feel so small. Like I was in the middle of nothing, and just like, it was very wild. It was very wild.
Yeah, there was one point I had to get off because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ride over the.
It was at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big lip. Yeah, I took one foot down because I was getting hot when I hit it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's not make any dumb decisions here. Like, you know, taking it on like a normal person.
So did you hear about the guy that he had to quit because he wrecked on the net?
Yeah, well, oh, was he on the net?
So
David Walker.
Okay, he wasn't where I thought he was then.
I wrecked out on the net. Like,
What is the net?
But,
it is?
dang.
What is
Was
the
it one
net?
of those fissures?
Yeah. So
Oh.
it was right when we got on the net. There was
Oh,
like
net. Yeah, net and
leaves
trail.
covering one of the
Uh-huh.
big cracks.
Yeah.
Northeast
Wheel
trail.
went off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Down I went.
yeah. Dang.
And I had to.
Maybe you saw his imprint. She saw
Yeah.
somebody's imprint on the ground.
I did, but it wasn't on the net. Oh, my butt. You can see my butt hurts, sorry guys. Don't mind me. Keep going, I'll see you later. Oh, God. Yeah,
Do you have enough chamois cream?
I do. I just put some on. It's a 4-year battle. One day it'll work. One day I'll figure it out.
So I bought. It's a pack of 10, but the little individual.
Yeah.
And then right before I came out here, or to Texarkana, I got some Boudreaux's
Uh-huh.
butt paste,
Yeah.
and I'll put that on at night just to try to help with the chafing.
Yeah. So I have the Chamois Butter Ultra in their little metal tin. And then I actually use a prescription antibacterial at night. And this like repair cream.
Yeah.
But I have a really, really, really sensitive skin. Like, really sensitive skin. And crazy enough, if I look at a bike or a saddle or something, I'm gonna have an irritation. I'll have a saddle sore, let's just say it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I didn't get to the point of being able to ride without a chamois before the race.
so
Why would you? I mean, nobody would ride without a chamois. I wouldn't.
Honestly,
like on the Hotter in Hell, I had just a pair of regular shorts.
yeah.
Oh,
And I
man.
started chafing at the end, but I've rode without one for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then once I knew I was going to go on this, I was like, no, I've got to wear my bib.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it hadn't been too bad.
So y'all planned out ways to keep your butt from getting sore. At this point, would you say your plans went well, or maybe your butts hurt a little more at this point than you were hoping they would?
Well, historically, this is not surprising to me. But I thought I was going to get away with it for one more day.
Okay.
And I was found.
All right. Well, it might have something to do with just the heat, you know, it being a little extra hotter,
No,
more
but
sweat.
Remember, it's nothing but wet and hot where I am.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's why I thought I was going to get away with another day, 'cause it's
Yeah.
drier here.
Yeah, it is drier.
And quite frankly, I am a lot drier, but
Mm-hmm.
that's just the way of the beast for me.
All right.
I'll figure it out eventually.
I did a multi-day race called the $1 Million Challenge in California from San Diego. It's to raise money for the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
Oh, that's cool.
From San Francisco to San Diego.
Oh wow.
And it's 640 miles and it's along the coast. It's real pretty.
I bet it's beautiful.
It's very beautiful, but it's hilly. It's way hillier than this. It's just, some days are like 6,000 feet of climbing. And man, right at first, I just felt so bad. And then the second day I felt bad, but then for some reason, because I held on, I just started feeling all right. And I had never done a multi-day ride like y'all are doing before.
So by the third day, your body's like, this is its life now.
Yeah,
I
it just,
accept it.
yeah, it just kind of accepts it and
Yeah.
keeps going.
But I thought, so yesterday I was kind of in a little dark hole.
Yeah,
But I knew I was going to be in a dark hole on the second day.
yeah,
Just like your fatigue, like getting your shit together, rhythm. So I knew it was there.
yeah.
I really didn't like having to ride through the dark as much as I did, so that didn't help it either. But
Yeah.
today I woke up and I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. We're waking up and we're going to repeat the last 2 days. All right, let's go. You're not going to get any faster, but maybe you'll get used to the dark.
I guess, are you gonna have to ride in the dark today? I mean, you have a schedule and an itinerary and you're gonna ride in the dark to hit those places.
I'm supposed to be in Harriet tonight.
Henrietta?
That one too, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harriet. Yeah, it looks like Harriet.
But if I can't, I'm gonna have to bail on the Kona and figure out my life. But I really don't want to bail. I want to make it there, but
Well, if you got to, you got to. You don't want to hurt
the
yourself.
dark really got to me. And I've ridden through the night on several occasions, so that was hard.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I did the Hotter Than Hell this year, I signed up for the Chupacabra 200. Yeah, and so you do the 100-mile road race and then the 60-mile gravel race.
Yeah.
Well, it was real dry like it is now, and that gravel was loose. And I got about halfway into it, and I realized I wasn't even maintaining a 10-mile-an-hour pace, which I would need to meet, for my results to count. So I was feeling awful because I got cramps too, like you did, and I had to go into the porta potty and waste time there, and so I threw in the towel. Didn't finish the Chupacabra.
You did?
I did not, but I have 3 different years. Last year I did finish it, and the year before, and then, well, there's 2 years I skipped. One because of COVID, and one because my mom passed away. But in 2018 I started doing that, and I've done the 100-mile 5 times in the Chupacabra 200, which is anywhere from 160 to 168 miles. Succeeded at that 3 times. But
That's pretty impressive.
I have no interest.
but it's so hard in the dark though. It's hard. Yeah, like yeah.
Okay. Or telling you, sorry.
Yeah. Well, y'all were saying about it being hard in the dark, like when you're alone, like 'cause I was all by myself, and it is really hard to stay motivated to keep going. I just couldn't do it this year.
It's kind of crazy because you will go slower at night just because you think you're going faster,
Yeah.
and you're straight up not. You're like, seriously?
And you're gonna start getting in territories where there's a lot of rattlesnakes too. Like tonight and beyond, there's gonna be, I mean, if it's anything like that Grava de Fuego Hotter Than Hell gravel ride, there's rattlesnakes out in the road at night.
Well, that's me peeing in the middle of the road, thanks.
Well, they're not, I mean, There was one that we rode up on that was so long that we didn't know if we could get around it. We stopped and we're like, should we go behind it or in front of it? And it was so long.
You wait till it's done.
It was so long that my buddy, or the guy who was riding with me, we became buddies. He took my pole and he's like, here, I'm gonna, you know, poke at it and get it to go away. I was like, no, give me that pole back, because I need it, because I might fall over and the thing might come towards me. And so I backed up like 20 feet and he took this pole and started beating the ground, and that thing slithered off.
Okay, well, if Aaron does me the pleasure of riding with me in the night,
What's that?
you can take care of the spider. I mean, the spiders, the snakes. Because otherwise, I would just wait for it to go across the road.
And they will. They're just. They're,
like I'm not scared of snakes, but I just don't want to interrupt them.
No,
I don't want them to be like.
Well, like right now,
throw rocks
too
at
hot.
it. Yeah.
Like they're like buried up.
Oh, for sure.
But tonight they may come out on the road because it'll stay hotter than the ground, surrounding ground.
So you have to watch out for like the sides of the road.
But some are real small, and you got to watch out for them too. The little small ones are just as poisonous. And some idiots run over them, but oh, dog.
No!
Hey. That one that I got's not gonna come back.
No.
I needed I hadn't tried, you know, I would have cleared it out for y'all if I had thought about coming this way, but I was telling her earlier how I bear sprayed one on the east side of 35 last week, a big pit bull that came out. It ran up on me. I got it with the bear spray, and so they just don't come out again once you do that. They learn.
Oh yeah.
And the bear spray, it's not bad because it's got to be approved by the EPA. As a pesticide, and so they're not allowed to make it as potent as police grade pepper spray, which can be up to 10% capsaicin.
So at my work, it's probably been 15 years ago, we had the opportunity, like any employee with the city of Crowley, if we wanted to get pepper sprayed or tased, we could. And I'm like, no.
For your training?
Yeah, like, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I've been pepper sprayed because I spray the dogs that attack me, and it blows back in my face on windy days. And so I've used the police grade, and that stuff will decapacitate you.
Yeah.
If it's a windy day and you spray at the dog, you may not hit the dog because it's like a stream of urine. It's like, doesn't go far. Whereas this bear spray does, it gets way out there. And then it's so potent that police grade stuff, that when you get it in your eyes, you will cry all day long. And then you'll get it on your fingers, and you'll put your fingers in your eyes to wipe the sweat away. And boy, it will really sting. It'll just keep stinging. So this bear spray, I am sold on it for now.
Yeah. Have you ever done the Red River Ride that's out? Like,
you know, I follow Spinistry, and so I know it's right over there at the 4-Hour Ranch. And what I'll do is just leave my house and go in that direction. Kind of like today, I went in the direction of the rat route because David Walker posted a dot watching party. And so I was like, well, here's everybody's dots. And so, but I've run into those people out there on the roads. I mean, I've left from Gainesville and crossed paths with a lot of Red River rioters several different years.
Yeah, if you want a tough ride,
yeah,
that's the worst one I've been on.
Yeah, those hills are tough, and I ride there pretty regularly. I probably would have ridden there today if I didn't come on this route with y'all. And I know in years past they have gone on the other side of 82, not all the way up there to Marysville and north of St. Joe and Munster. That's tough riding a lot of hills, but I actually like that. I train there a lot because I did this race in Dumas 2 weeks ago with Rich, the guy ahead of you. He was there, but it had 4,000 feet of climbing over over 4,000, over 100 miles, you know. And
how old is Rich? Do you know?
no, I really don't know Rich. I just have crossed paths with them quite a bit, and I follow him on Strava, but I don't know how old he is. But one race that I've done that had a lot of climbing that I thought was going to be impossible for me was the Mid-South 100-mile race. And because the hills were so rolling and it was so evenly distributed throughout the whole race, I was able to finish it and do all right. Really, I averaged like 11 miles an hour, which was really good for me, and over 6,100 feet of climbing. So, but yeah, these hills are good to train on for that stuff. The ones whether you're talking about the Red River Riot Hills. Yeah, one year I didn't know what the route was. I just knew it was happening in that direction, so I went in that direction, and then I ran across all these guys racing, like Matt Stevens and the guys who were trying to win the race. I ended up crossing paths with them multiple times. But I did the Unbound 200 in, I think, 2022, and I had guys like Peter Sagan bumped into my elbow passing me, you know, because he was doing the 100-mile race, and you know, there were all these guys in the Tour de France racing that, doing the 100-mile, while I was doing the 200-mile, so I was ahead of them, but then they caught up with me and passed me. And it was like real narrow 2-lane and single track, double track. But
so did you build up the bike, or?
I did. So I wanted this color, but it was only a full build. So I got it, took it apart, made it how I wanted it. Because it came in a 1x11 Apex, the SRAM Apex. When you've had 12 years on a 1x11, it's not enough. So, made some changes to it, got it how I liked it.
down here is the low water crossing.
It's been a fun project.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't bought a Fargo yet. I've had two El Mariachis.
What?
Yeah, I had a green one and then an orange one.
Okay. I have a buddy that has a Thai one. And it's big.
Yeah.
So it's pretty rough down here at this low water crossing. Just be careful. There's probably no water, but it's rough because it erodes the ground.
cargo. Really? Yep. I mean, it's a drop bar mountain bike. Like, comfortable geo, you can still get up to speed on it. And, like, what more could you want? I mean, for it to be a little lighter, sure, but the dropouts are amazing for utility. Like, it's a really well-rounded, versatile bike.
Oh. Is that the double water bottle case? Does it interfere with your legs?
You can, no, I moved it up, and you can move it as you see it.
Oh, okay.
It's the Wolftooth B-Rad.
Yeah.
My frame's too small to actually get 2 water bottles in.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect solution.
Aaron, I got a YouTube channel and sometimes I upload footage from my GoPro. I promise I'll make you look good if you let me use a little bit of footage about this race. I might make a YouTube video, I might not, but if you don't want me to, I won't, you know.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, well, I'm about to turn around and meet up with Peter if I can run into him before I get to Gainesville.
Okay.
And
then I'll finish up my ride, so y'all enjoy.
Well, thanks for riding with us.
Yeah.
I need to get a photo of us.
Okay, all right.
Okay, hang on. Give me an hour and I'll get up there.
No, you're doing good. Yeah.
Oh, the mechanical brakes. I'm just kidding. Give me.
Are they mechanical brakes?
Yes, and they are, and I regret all my life.
I'll hold your bike
I'm
up.
just kidding, I don't.
You want me to
Because if
hold it?
something goes
Okay.
wrong. Oh, wait, where's my phone?
Thought I recognized those tire tracks.
All right. Yeah, those are the ones in front of you.
Holy shit.
That's funny how you
Are we
can.
all on? Wait, no. Get. Oh. Okay. That's all we're taking. You better look pretty.
I smiled.
Okay. I might have. I
I hope
grimaced.
so.
I actually think I was grimacing.
Oh,
but...
take another one then if you're grimacing.
Oh, no, I don't care.
Okay, well,
That's
you've been
how much
working
fun I
hard.
had with you.
You have an excuse to grimace.
We stopped in the middle of a climb, too. It was a pleasure. Thank you for the company.
Pleasure's
I
mine.
have been
Best
spending
of.
too much time talking to myself. Which...
I will pray for y'all. It just if you get fatigued, be very careful on this gravel. Don't go down like David did. You know.
Yeah.
Just be careful, and you may have to stop. You know, in Nocona or somewhere. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna have to get more water again in St. Joe already.
Take a break.
sure.
Take a nap.
Like-
You know, you might have to do that. So.
Oh no, no naps. It's too
Yeah.
dark otherwise.
Yeah.
See, that's what's moving me. I'm running. I'm not getting any faster, but
So have you been filming the whole time?
I always have it going.
Yeah.
For security, but I did this a few times, and I've ridden with other riders, and I've made some YouTube videos that they really liked about the RAT, because they get to go back and reflect on that experience, that portion of the RAT, which is just a small portion, but it's a lonely ride, really. A lot of times you're riding by yourself, so
Oh yeah.
y'all stick together as long as you can and keep each other's spirits up.
I'm gonna
And
slow them down too much.
well,
No.
all right, well, you know, just try to keep your spirits up. And yep, best of luck
I
to
used
you.
to have a bell on my one of my El Mariachis.
Yeah, when I see other cyclists, it's always a pleasure to ring my bell at them.
Oh yeah.
Or, you know, nice people that wave at me.
Yeah.
Do that. So,
Well, thank you.
thank y'all. Thanks for letting me join you for a little while.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I
pleasure.
mean,
Y'all hang in there
I'm
as
that
long
much
as you
closer
can.
now.
Yep, hang in there as long as you can. But, you know, if you got to throw in the towel, there's always next year. So,
Oh yeah.
Sir, no
Yep.
towel.
Have a good
all right,
one.
all right.
Thanks for riding with us.
God bless y'all. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Stop it. No. Well, good. Here I am. How's your ride going?
Good so far.
Can I ride with you for a little while? Can I ride with you for a little while?
Of
Awesome,
course.
awesome. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Did you ride with the other guys?
Yeah, I rode with, I think her name is Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Young girl.
yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful
and-
young girl. Rode with her all the way almost to Munster, but I met up with, in Lindsay, Aaron, another guy named Aaron met up with us, and we all three rode all the way to the gravel in Munster, where I left off with you last time I rode with you. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching your beacon, been watching it.
Very cool. left Gainesville long ago.
It looked like you may have stopped by Taco Bell again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here to hang out.
All right.
I like, it's, you know, I like Mexican and it's cheap, you know?
Yeah, as long as it'll sit well in your stomach while you're doing this athletic achievement, then
Yeah.
no complaints.
It does.
Good.
Yeah, I stopped actually in a Taco Bell in Bonham too.
Okay.
But I ordered a wrong meal, but it was actually good.
Okay.
I wanted a burrito and instead I got 2 tacos.
Yeah.
It was the same.
All right.
It was a
Well.
little cheaper too, so
Okay. Well.
it's good with that.
You need a power bar? I got a Cliff bar if you need one.
Yeah, if you,
Yeah, I can spare it.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Just stop for me.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh,
You're welcome. It's dirty on the outside, but it's clean on the inside. Man, well, I was just
I'm just gonna save it.
the last house up here. I was coming up the hill, and these big dogs came charging out on the road,
Really?
and I used this bear spray, and the wind blew it back in my face.
Oh shit.
It got the dogs; they ran off, but then it got in my face. So I've been incapacitated for a little
okay. Let's go.
while. Okay.
So how is everything going with you? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, not putting in as many miles as I have in some years past, but
But I still see you doing on the drive. So
yeah. Yeah, I got my kids off to school this morning, and then I decided to look at y'all's beacons, and sure enough, perfect timing. Y'all were coming through. If y'all would have been coming through over.
I had some trouble leaving Eisenhower. Bathroom issues.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
at least you had a good bathroom to take care of that in, but I had bathroom issues too when I did Hotter Than Hell this year.
So I left like an hour late. I kind of slept in, well, didn't sleep.
Yeah.
If you can say 6:15 sleep in. But
Yeah.
I was camping first 2 nights, so tonight I'm staying in a hotel in Henrietta. So
Okay, so you camped out last night.
camped out last night and the night before.
Wow.
Which kind of cost me a little time because it takes more time to break down the camp and
Yeah.
pack it all up. And
You
all.
got you got a bivvy in there?
I got a tent.
Yeah, okay. A tent. All right.
And my sleeping bag is here.
Yeah, carrying all
Got
that stuff.
sleeping clothes and pillow and everything.
Wow, that's great. That's extra weight though. I know that.
It is.
It adds up over the.
Slower than fast. But it gets expensive to stay hotel every night.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
So this year I decided to try to camp a few nights.
Yeah.
My plan is to do the hotel in Henrietta and then hotel in Vernon and then camp in the Children's in the park there. They have a little campground.
Yeah.
City park.
Yep.
And then so I'm planning to be there.
Yeah. Is that camp on the right on the highway in Childress? Like right.
It's not on the highway. It's it's off the.
Okay.
It's in town. It's like a
Yeah.
couple of blocks from the highway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's pretty quiet actually.
when-
And the one that you think about is Vernon.
okay.
Vernon one
Yeah.
is close to the highway.
Okay. Now.
That one's kind of a little nasty. My original plan was actually camp there.
Yeah.
Buy cheaper hotels in Children's, but turned out that I found a cheap hotel in Vernon,
Yeah.
and so I took it. And then Children's was actually more expensive, and the one that I used to stay in the past was sold out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have an event or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes they have an event in Turkey, I guess.
When you've been camping out, have you had a problem with insects like mosquitoes?
No, but this year I saw flies.
Okay.
Annoying flies buzzing around my head.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was very annoying.
While you were sleeping or riding?
Oh, when I stopped, no, not while I was riding. When
Okay.
I stopped at the campground at the
Yeah.
campsite. There was a lot of them there.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, there he is.
Right now.
Awesome. Yeah,
You have to be.
he just came storming up to me,
Yeah.
and I had to bear spray him. But
That sucks. That happened to me too.
he was hesitant just then, and that's good. Yeah.
And the wind blew it to my face.
Yep. That's what happened.
That's why I used the horn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I brought a refill. This is my second wrap. I did a lot the first 2 days, and then I ran out yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I raised my canister.
All right. Great. Yeah. I've just started using bear spray, and it works really great. Unless the wind is wrong. Oh yeah, yeah, I've got that too, but yeah.
Charging. Somebody suggested those little, yeah, I got so many fireworks, little pops.
Oh yeah, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
They would catch the wind. I mean, they're not very heavy.
Yeah, the one thing, the second is, by the time you get to it and do it,
Yeah.
it might be too late.
Yeah, and if one blows up, they might all blow up if you got a package of them. I don't know. I've never used the big one. I think there's a big one. Yeah,
Rich Gertie's had them.
I know the small ones seem like they wouldn't work.
Absolutely, yeah. My dog in June. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I saw your Facebook post about that.
And the bad thing about it was it's a road that I ride a lot, and I have to stop riding the road. Just because somebody moved in there.
And they won't contain their dog. They're just gonna keep letting their dogs
I
out.
don't know. Well, I do consider a lawyer.
Yeah.
I had an attorney representing me several years ago, about 10 years ago, regarding the dog bite.
Yeah.
They got me some money.
Yeah.
So, the lawyer filed a lawsuit against them for $60,000, so we'll see what happens. And
Yeah.
they admit, and the insurance, the home insurance admitted fault.
Yeah.
They were able to, because as far as I talked to the lawyer, he said, you cannot find a house there. And the address, I said, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I have, and see, they started selling properties, land
Yeah.
along these gravel roads south of Maple.
Yeah.
They used to be quiet roads, and now with people moving in, it's people, B, cars, C, dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, cars and dogs.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's not, I don't like it, but so much I can do about it, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's something I have to deal with.
That sprawl that goes out, and you know, and it's closest gravel I have from my house.
Yeah. And you have.
One gravel that I grew up on, that one's kind of short. That one is so deep in the woods, they're not going to sell anything there. Plus, the road is very steep and rugged and crooked.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard for cars to drive on it.
Yeah.
But, unless you have a Jeep or four-wheel drive, this one's three-wheel drive for that one.
Yeah.
But the other road is more smooth,
Yep.
and you know, and it kind of has good access from the Market Road.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, we'll see.
Well, you know, I've got quite a bit of experience dealing with the dogs and the owner. Even the sheriff's department will go out there and talk to them and try to get them not to, but they still will let their dogs run out and attack. And so I've had a situation where, so that's where this bear spray comes in.
I see.
And it has been working really well.
Good.
And
There's less dramatic
it's
than
yeah,
shooting.
yeah, and it's not noisy, and it teaches the dog, and it doesn't take long.
Oops. That's your phone.
Yeah. It doesn't take long before.
I think we turned the lights here.
Yep. They learn not to, they hate that bear spray, and it's quiet, and you get them in the face once with it and they will stop. Like that one, he would have stormed out there, but he didn't. And then you hit the horn and you saw how he ran. He was already scared, you know, from the bear spray. But
I think he might have gotten some of it.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, like I said, the wind made me get it that time. Well, yeah, that's my newest defense is the bear spray, and that works.
That's good.
And the fighting them off the poles, sometimes they just get meaner and they want to fight more and more. But the bear spray, they can't argue with that. You know, it just decapacitates them for a while. So. Plus the owners, you know, they can be mad, but at the end of the day, their dog is just fine. You know, it just.
We're going to straight and make a right after that. Actually, the road will be turning right.
Okay.
You go straight through there.
Okay. Well, I think we actually may have turned. Yeah, we took. Let's. I don't know if you can turn here. It won't go straight. We should have taken 4th Street and we took like 2nd or 3rd Street.
No, this is where the course is.
Okay, well the other lady said it was a different, who I rode with before. The girl, Tiffany, said it was 4th Street. So as long as we can get where you need to go, you should be able to turn right up here.
Yep.
All right.
It shows.
All right. Now there is a restaurant like 1 block from this route where you can get water if you need water.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I refill, appreciate it, yeah.
All right. That's good. That's what she did. She went to that restaurant.
See, that's my advantage of having this done before.
Yeah.
I know where the stops are, where to stop. And,
yeah.
This first couple of days, you have a lot of stops, but then it gets more sparse.
Yeah. Now I didn't even think of this restaurant up here, but she found it with her phone. I think it might be right up on this corner, or somewhere up close.
Turning left here.
All right.
You're allowed to route different towns.
All right.
Now on Ford. Yeah, so Ford would have been the same.
Yeah.
I don't know why getting routed this way, but this in-track is the most accurate navigation you can have.
Oh, okay.
Because the other Garmin's, they do this calculating the turn thing.
Yep.
And actually sometimes it can miss a turn.
Yep.
Or in other times you can put a wrong turn in.
Yeah.
And all that. And then you want to have it on the map all the time. The problem with that is people like to see their stats. I like to see mine.
Yeah.
I like to see my average. I like to see what time of day it is. And
Yeah.
how many miles I have, how fast I'm going, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And if I go to the other screen, I only see 2 things. And I have to customize. There's Lindsay's Church.
Yep.
Or whatever it is.
Catholic Church.
Okay.
That's what it is. Yeah. St. Peter's Catholic Church.
Okay, I'm named after me.
Yep. That is. Yep.
I'm named after St. Peter.
Yeah, yep. There's your church, Peter. Yeah, I gotta go in there. It's so beautiful. You would love it.
Okay.
Love that name.
We have to check it out sometime.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yep.
Let's look at it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
This place is very cool.
Yeah. Sure, in Europe.
This is the most familiar territory because this is the Spinach Gravel Playground. This is where Kevin puts most of his events at.
Well, I looked at the route that David Walker uploaded in the Spot Walla tracking, and it's the same route. It looked like his last few years, but
yeah, it's exactly the same.
But when I rode with that girl Tiffany, she was thinking she wanted to cross like in Oak Ridge at a different place. That she said her map said it was different than what his map said. So
it's
she was
the same.
Okay, well,
today is exactly the same.
Yeah. So she was taking a little bit different routes, and
no.
But
the only thing that changed,
was
that also my that day he routed from Paris on the Met.
Yeah.
And from the Civic Center.
Yeah.
And when we did in the past, we would go from the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So we would go a little bit different.
Yep.
But then going out of Paris was the same.
Okay.
Just through the city. Because I have this app called Voyager.
Yep.
And it connects to my Strava. And it calculates what they call the new miles. So I found 1.9 new miles yesterday, which means that was that little section that he changed.
Okay.
And when I did it last year in April,
Yep.
I went to town first because I was waiting for my motel.
Yep.
Oh, did I tell you what happened last year in Paris? I got there super late. There was a lot of mud because it rained.
For the rat?
For the last year for the RAT. Yeah.
Okay. The last time I saw you doing the RAT, you were going east to west.
Yeah, I was going west to east. I was going opposite direction.
All right.
So I got to Paris that day.
Yep.
And it was like 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And they messed up my reservation in the hotel. And there was no more room.
Oh.
And actually what happened earlier, I had it booked for the day before. But because I was running a day late, I called all my hotels to change it through Expedia. And somehow they didn't get it. And that was a big, and we argued for a long time. But eventually I fought it through my credit card, got my refund back, but it took a long time. Because they said, oh, you were supposed to show up yesterday. I'm like, no, you were supposed to change it. So then I ended up finding another hotel I could stay. They already charged me for that night before, which kind of sucked.
Oh.
And
yeah, I don't blame you for camping after those kind of experiences. Yeah.
That was really sweet. And then I rode final 80 miles the next day, and then my wife came to get me.
Yeah.
So I took an extra day last year.
All right.
And yeah, so that was the, and I routed to the, I went to the Eiffel Tower too. We started at Eiffel Tower yesterday with Matt Golson, but he's out unfortunately. I have a free room, so Doug Ringer, I know you know Doug, but he did the ride in the past, but he also has not finished. He came really close in 2018. But anyway, so Doug was supposed to do it this year, and he had a reservation at a cabin, and he gave it to me.
Okay.
And I can accommodate 2 more people, so if those 2 want to team up for the cabin, if they afford it.
Where is that cabin?
Silverton.
Silverton. Okay. Well, I don't know. The 2 in front of you, the girl, she's not feeling too good. Her butt's hurting pretty bad.
Oh.
And the heat kind of, she's only been riding her bike for 4 years, and she was not an athlete before. Okay. And so this is by far the biggest
thing she accomplished.
Yeah. Next to this, it was 280 mile, 2 or 3 day event.
She did Showdown. I think I remember her from there.
Okay.
Because she talked to me.
All right.
Back there. She said, oh, you beat him. Because you know what I found out? When she posted on Facebook or the RAT groups our picture, I saw another friend of mine that he moved to Houston area to comment on. And now I'm like, oh. And I thought, oh, that was a girl that I met at East Texas Showdown in spring, and she rode with me a little bit and she asked me questions. Yeah. I thought that's probably her.
Yep, she's from the Houston.
Young girl, pretty.
Conroe, I think.
Same.
Near Houston.
Same. I don't know if it was the same person.
Oh, okay.
But it could have been.
Yeah,
because
well.
Showdown is near Houston.
Yeah.
You know, it's in East Texas.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have a 280 and 400 different lengths. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think she told me only 1 woman has ever finished the RAT. I think that's
Kelly Pope.
All right, so she's attempting to be the 2nd.
Okay.
But she's pacing herself, and she doesn't have hills to train with where she is, so she's really going slow up the hills, but conserving energy, which is what it takes. So.
Yeah, Kelly Pope, and that was 2020. She finished.
All right.
I think she won that year.
All right.
Last year was any woman, and and I know in the past years, I don't know about Kelly.
Yeah. Well, I met up with her on the other side of Oak Ridge, and then rode all the way to Munster. So.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think I'll just turn around because I don't want to slow you down, and I am feeling kind of.
This is my pace.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Ride as long
all right,
as you like.
Okay, all right, well, I'll do that. Now, we sprayed some other dogs just on the other side of Myra, but...
before you leave, you should take a photo.
Okay. Sounds good,
Other
well.
than that, good.
All right, well, I'm gonna try it.
As long as you want. It's, I'm not wanna,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't wanna monopolize your time.
Okay,
But
well.
I enjoy the company.
Okay, well then I'm gonna plan on going with you until the gravel ends south of Munster.
Okay, that sounds good. It's about 10 miles.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right on the other side of that low water crossing. On the other side of Myra.
Yeah, I remember.
It may not be 10 miles, but it may be.
Yeah.
Now that low water crossing is still rough. You know, there's not water in it hardly at all, but there's still rough rocks.
I don't know. I love this bike. This is my new house.
Yeah.
And it's what's nice about it, I can put mountain bike tires on it.
Oh yeah.
It has a two tires.
Good.
You know, one of the reasons I'm doing this
Yeah.
is I want to train for the divide. I wanted to take a longer event with a load like this
Yep.
with a full camping load. You know, like last year I did Arkansas High Country, so that was hard.
Yeah, I saw that. That looked very hard. Tour Divide mountain bike route looks very hard too. Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about the mountain bike Tour Divide route?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's technically a mountain bike, but it's a long gravel road and pavement, but there is some trail.
There's some places where you'll
Single track.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a substantial part of a trail kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, this bike is going to be a challenge.
You'll have to get off and walk up some mountains.
I know it's all like a bike, yeah.
When are you thinking of doing that?
Huh?
When are you thinking of doing that?
Next year?
Okay.
Yeah, before I get too old and slow.
All right. Well, you really need bear spray on that route.
Oh yeah.
You might actually run into bears.
Well, I mean, when you get to Banff, they sell bear sprays there because you can't take them on the airplane.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they have a good business, they say.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you transfer, for example, cartridges.
Yeah, I've tried, you know, I looked it up.
I'm not sure where they have to put them, but
You can't even take air horns, you know, it's like this air horn, you can't take that on an airplane.
yeah,
Any gas under pressure.
yeah.
But I get this bear spray at Atwoods. There's an Atwoods in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And boy, it's $21 a can, which I thought it'd be more like 40 or 50. But
What?
this bear spray, this can,
Oh, okay.
see this can is called Frontiersman.
Oh, wow.
It's $21 a can, and it works great. Just use a zip, and it comes with this this case here, and I just zip tie it on here, and
Oh, yeah.
it's a great addition. My dad. Hey, Dad. No, what time should I be there?
It's at 6 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. What time is it now? 4?
3:30.
3:30?
3:39.
Yeah, I think I'll head back that way.
I'm not sure
If you need to turn around, let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna head that way from where I'm at. So I'll be ready. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, you need to go back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you take a quick picture and you can head back, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Well,
Let's do a selfie. Be good. All right, man. Well, it's
luck
good seeing you.
good luck to you.
Thank
God bless you, and
thank you.
stay upright.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yep. Yep.
Have a long way to go.
So,
all right.
all right.
All right. I'm gonna go.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more interesting videos like this one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.